Hold
This
on,
is
I haven't
looking-
rolled yet.
Yeah, are we rolling now or? Cause I, you know.
Oh, you can roll now, or you can wait till the stream's fully up. Doesn't matter to me.
Well, I'm
And
gonna
stream's
try
fully
and
up.
make up for all this madness with 2 light side.
I rolled what I rolled. I'll be good that way.
All right, live on everything.
Okie doke, 1 sec. Damn it. 1 dark.
Yeah, try it.
Seriously, am I the only one that rolled light side?
Triumph.
Yeah, I'm rolling in the little tower. It's pretty cool.
Oh,
Jeez.
yeah.
Wait,
Okay,
what
so
tower?
I've so far rolled a triumph and like 3 successes. So
okay, what was the pool?
Lance has 1 dark side.
tough as one, duck.
Dark from Jonas. Dark from Tough.
I think it was 3 and 2. I think that was, and then you have yet to roll.
All right, I'll roll. Double light.
Woot woot!
Of course, this means
Woohoo!
you're probably gonna get fucked on your obligation roll.
That's usually how it goes. Illy might go nuclear.
Oh no.
Well, Ileana, you're safe. It was a 76.
I was like, this is either gonna be terrible or it's gonna be good.
Terrible for me, good for you.
Oh, so wait, did
This
did
time.
nobody's?
76. Nobody got it.
Oh,
I think it's safe to say that regardless of when it comes up again, third strike's gonna be nuclear.
Probably gonna say something like "fuck the Wookiees." They can rot.
Then I'll be much better friends with Ileana.
And Desric will be very, very confused.
Highly.
Well,
Okay.
I have my wounds up to 15 now, so I hope that when we get into combat, I won't die as quickly.
Well, last time it was Ileana that almost got taken out.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
true. Well, I'm the melee of the group, so yeah.
Anyways, stream has started. Got to see our rolls. Guys in stream, I am feeling under the weather. My sinuses are killing me. My throat is sore. I'm going to sound funky. But we're going to try this anyways. So it's going to be a little bit sniffly on my end, but I got to push to talk, so hopefully most of it will be off camera. But yeah. So, what episode is this? 7 now?
this is 7, yes.
Like 7.
Wow.
Yep.
Still on Terrace on episode 7.
The one where Disney ruins everything.
Ah.
Don't bring that up, please.
We had an agreement last time.
Yeah, he ignored it then too.
I think it was me who brought it up last time, and the Desert said, or Overkill said, don't bring it up. I'm gonna set this
I couldn't
up
resist the
aside.
temptation.
Know the power of the dark side.
So Rose murders you in your sleep, Desric, and yeah.
Okay.
Oh, bye guys. It's been fun. Thanks.
For
Unfortunately, I'd still have to roll damage for that. Which sucks.
Alright, so for today's recap, it will be brought to you by Jonas, and it'll be from Leo's perspective. So go ahead and take it away, Jonas.
Indeed. Entry 19002A. Accessing memory. Access granted. Operation Freedom is proceeding as planned. Weapons have been manufactured and the plan as detailed in this file has been compiled. After an attempt was made to teach certain phrases of Shura work to Desric, my superior vocal processors and understanding of the language seemed to be far too complicated for the poor smuggler. Miss Ileana was nominated to inform the Euphorian doctor, and as a result of his justified paranoia, an effort was made to find a location to hold the weapons away from the assassin droid. In searching for a location to stow the weapons, we came across a tunnel leading into an ancient waterway. Within the waterway, a land speeder was found. Presumably, the weapon was used to move goods to a landing bay further down the tunnel. That reminds me, Desric has a phobia of small rodents. I will update my files accordingly. Upon our return, we were surprised to discover that the rebellion had been contacted by Dr. Piff. I found a great sense of satisfaction to know that my choices had once again proved incredibly useful. Desric is now forced into remaining inside after the Empire has expanded their search for him beyond our original location. Ileana and Rose are set to go shopping, and I have elected to assist Desric in the tunnels. Regarding Operation Freedom, I have come to a decision that a distraction is in order. After all warfare is based on deception.
So definitely very interesting coming from a droid's personality. Or point of view, not personality. Ugh. My brain's baked too.
No worries.
Fear of small rodents, my ass.
Great recap, Leo.
Yeah, I did enjoy it. It was quite well. I do have a few things. When going back and watching the video from last time, I want to clarify. First off, the language, when Desric was learning it, I said Leo set the difficulty. Basically, how I'm doing it is the higher he rolls, the more in-depth it is. He teaches quite well. You'll learn more if you succeed it, but it is a lot harder. Where if it's low, it's basically goes from whatever 101 to language for dummies. It's very basic, very easy, but you don't learn much. I figured that would be an interesting way to set it. You're going to learn something either way, but depending on how much you fail or succeed, depends on what you learn. Second off, opening of that locked door. Skullduggery can be used for all but the highest security. Skullduggery will use a mix of hacking and jury rigging, so it can work for even the door to Doc's room. I figured I should go around and set that kind of rule, but you have to be right in front of the door to do it. If you're at a terminal, that's computers, but you can remote access multiple doors if there are multiple doors set to that section.
Oh, okay. Good clarification.
Okay, yeah. I figured skullduggery had to do with like cheating at cards and stuff, so I never really worried about putting too many points in.
It's a lot more than cheating at cards. Mechanics can get you into it because you can go directly into the mechanical system and try to bypass it that way. Skullduggery kind of does a mix of things.
Think bump keys, lockpicks, illegal pieces of hardware.
Yeah, it's sliced discs and all that shit.
Okay, yeah. Well, okay, in that case, it makes sense that, that sort of thing maybe she'd pick up on it, hence it being a career skill. But yeah, if she's been on the straight and narrow, she's had no need to do any of that yet.
What is this straight and narrow you speak of?
Something she tried very hard to embrace, and then you guys came along.
Alrighty. So with that out of the way, we left off. The ladies were about to go shopping with Desric's money.
The group's money. Desric didn't hand them his personal stash.
Yeah, but you were holding on to that, so it's classified as your money, and you're the captain so far.
Ooh, Captain. Desert likes the sound of this.
Well, it's your ship. You kind of hired them, so.
Technically, he doesn't have a ship, therefore he's not captain.
But you guys are
Shh,
you're
we're
following him.
glancing over that. We're just glossing over that.
Well,
Minor details. Minor
Okay.
details.
I know Leanna has some electronics on her. As I recall, the idea was to try and sell those off. Get some
How
more
much was the
credits.
encumbrance of those? It was Leo's encumbrance value of 6, right?
It wasn't his full value.
Oh, how much? I thought you grabbed the full value that you could hold.
It's like 4, I believe,
Okay.
because I already had 2 encumbrance.
What was that from?
Slicing gear.
That takes 2 encumbrance. Damn. I figured
Yeah.
integrated into your systems it'd cost a little less.
Unfortunately, that only counts towards armor.
Alrighty.
Okay, so she's carrying how much in terms of encumbrance for electronics?
4.
Okay.
Granted, I gave the value for a full 6, but screw it, you can have it. If you can trade for that much, that is.
Okay. And I didn't get a chance to listen to the end of the last stream, and it's been a week, so I can't remember what we were going shopping for. Good times.
Shopping list! Who has it?
I know one of the items that Leo asked for was a transistor.
Not a transistor, a transponder.
Transponder,
yeah.
sorry, yes.
I think the rest was kind of being left to the bounty hunter as like what sort of equipment we would need. Because our next stop after shopping was to go try to convince the Wookiee in the Lost Village to join us, and if she didn't come along peaceably, we hadn't decided how that was going to play out, but I expect it will get interesting.
What was rope? Was that part of it?
I think so, like some heavy duty stun weapons and some like restraints or rope or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, great. And here I am again, carrying your fucking rope around.
I was going to mention that our
Again?
guns have stun settings.
Yes, there's the stun
They might be
setting.
useful. Do you think that would be useful, Desric?
Yes, yes. Wait, when were you carrying around rope for Desric?
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, it's a line from Boondock Saints.
Oh, and I should have gotten that. It's just saying it's Patty's Day.
Never seen
I
it.
didn't watch that.
Oh man, missing out.
I think I know the one you're talking about. It's the live action, not the cartoon, right?
I didn't know there was a
The cartoon is called Boondocks.
Okay, yeah, I get this. I saw part of it, but it was something I didn't think I was interested in, so I kind of just left it.
Yeah, the Boondock Saints is the one with the guy from The Walking Dead.
Which guy from The
I forget
Walking
his
Dead?
name. The guy with the bow.
The crossbow?
Yeah,
Ah,
I don't remember his name.
Anyway, we have digressed.
Yes, we
Shopping.
have. All right, so yeah. All right, well, we're gonna go shopping, and Liliana's got her own little list, but yeah, we'll go with Rose. Now, I think we're gonna get some stuff for Desric too. Darn if I can remember what it was.
I don't remember either.
Okay, well, let's play it by ear, and we'll go shopping. That's typical. You go out to the store, realize you don't have the list. Good times.
yeah,
All
we're going
that
to the
loading.
general store.
Oh yeah, that's right, generals. Oh, bother.
Yeah, because the Duros who owns the other stores on the other side of town.
Yeah, the weapons dealer that the slave owner didn't really care for.
Yes.
Found some rope. Going through cards here, trying to figure out where all this shit is. So by all means, RP.
I wonder if we could go to
We-
the weapons dealer.
It is the plan to try and find access to the weaponsmith's tunnel into the waterway, correct? Desric?
So we found the entrance in Doc's room. I thought maybe you and I should do a little more research while the girls are out shopping, but which entrance were you thinking of?
Well, given that Dr. Piff said that that no cargo had been moved through this clinic, then it stands to reason that there must be another tunnel in the waterway.
Well, but the vehicle didn't look like it had been touched recently, so they may not be using this tunnel anymore. They might have other tunnels. But it sounds like you want to go do a little more exploring down in the water system.
Yes. Also, I've figured out a possible use for the moss on the waterway walls. I imagine once dried, it burns easily.
Ah, that distraction we were discussing earlier. Okay, well, maybe let's see if Doc's clinic has some torches or, I don't know, some glow sticks or something. It seems like the creatures down there don't like light, and we're a little short on it.
Yes. I was going to ask him about whether he has some tools like a spade for us to use. Assuming you don't want to get your hands dirty.
Desert looks at the droid, looks down at his hands, and then realizes it was probably an insult and just, yeah, fine, sure.
You're probably still covered in bat stuff. And probably so is Leo.
Hey, while we're at asking Doc for torches and stuff, let's see if there's a fresher around here. Thanks to Rose's workmanship, I've got bat guts all over.
Yes. I could possibly do with an oil bath myself.
Okay, so I guess we'll wander around. Is Piff still in the room with us? I think he was nearby last time we left off.
Yeah, if I remember right, yeah, he was right beside you guys. But when the girls left, going towards the slavers area, it seems.
I just moved them off to the side. I wasn't really too sure about where we were going just yet. Oh,
there.
That works.
Yeah, when they left, he kind of went back into the main room. Sorry, I'm also having a slight cough fit.
No worries. So we can kind of off camera so that we can focus on the girls' shopping trip kind of off camera. I think Leo and Desric are going to kind of look to clean up and see if we can get some equipment from Doc to go do a little bit more exploring down in the waterway.
Well, he tells you that he does have a fresher. He points you to it, but he says he has no digging tools. This is a medical clinic, not a scavenger's launch.
Not good enough.
All right. Well, thanks. We'll use the fresher and see if there's anything lying around.
All right, I guess skip to the girls.
Cut to.
I take it that's okay for you too.
Okay. Yep, I'm good.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so you guys are wandering around. Rose, you had walked around this town, so you got a bit of good basic knowledge of this place.
I have knowledge of the area, so I can lead Ileana to the the general store, basically.
Yeah. So, you go about. There's a lot of people running, walking around doing some stuff. Mostly mechanic works. A lot of humans. Decent amount of non-humans, but not all of them seem to be free. You just kind of notice this as you pass through. As you get to the general store, you see it. It's got the sign says open. The door is wide open, but the shop kind of seems like there's something going on inside.
All right, yeah. Rose probably walks in first, since there's some sort of commotion going on.
Seems to be an argument.
Yeah. Illy will follow along.
One second. Sorry. Alright, so the argument that's taking place is between a pair of humans, both male, and they seem to be talking about property. Are you guys just going to ignore them or just keep talking?
I'll let them keep talking, and I'll see where it goes, what they say.
Illy will eavesdrop.
Well, the older gentleman looks to be about in his 50s. He is accusing the younger guy, about 30, that his boy has been taking his stuff. And he needs to do something about it. Whereas the younger guy is swearing up and down, no, the boy hasn't. He's not a thief. And he seems to be very defensive. You see the shopkeep trying to ask them to take it outside. He doesn't want his shop damaged. Shopkeep is a Twi'lek.
Alright. I think my negotiation is pretty bad.
Yeah, pretty much. At
Rose
least
is not the talker.
Illy hasn't really been the subtle one so far, so.
Alright, well, I see these guys arguing, and Rose probably just steps in and say, "We're having a problem here, gentlemen."
The older man just looks at you and says, "This isn't your conversation, back off." The younger guy says, "You might want to back off. This guy is ready to burst, but don't worry, I can hold my own." And
I say,
he says that as he turns back and looks at him.
I say, "It does concern me. It also concerns the shopkeep. I suggest taking it outside, gentlemen.
All right.
You know, you don't want to ruin the shopkeep's lovely establishment."
And are you charm, negotiation, or coerting?
It is his shop, his rules.
Yeah. Probably charming.
Yeah, that's what it sounds
Either way, all three of them are 2 green, so.
like.
I guess I might try mine under negotiation. We'll see how it goes.
Oh, fucker. 2 advantage.
2 success.
Well, Illy didn't speak.
She said, his shop, his rules.
Oh, okay. 3.2.
Ah, balls. Alright.
Though I would say technically what Illy did was more of a boost to Rose, considering that she talked first.
Why do I have to always roll bad?
Still not quite enough. Oh, I see what you mean.
Either way, both of them just kind of look at you. The young gentleman says, "Just stay out of it." And the older gentleman, he's just raging and says, "This is not your concern. Go away." And he just grabs the younger dude, picks him up, and is now yelling straight into his face. The older dude is taller.
Put him down.
At that, he tosses him Straight into the wall.
Damn it. Well, she's got her weapon, but she doesn't want to start shooting anybody. She's going to stand between those two now.
The shopkeep is now leapt over his bar and kind of grabs the guy in a form of a suplex. Not suplex, but what is that? Full Nelson, that's it. Blah, blah, blah. Binds big, can't remember. Yeah, he grabs the older guy, puts him into basically a full Nelson, and is kind of holding him back. Which is a good thing because he was reaching to shove you out of the way and continue on to the smaller guy, or the younger guy. The younger guy gets up and just starts beelining it towards the older guy.
Oh,
Okay.
no, I want to...
At least trying to stay in between them, so she's not stopping.
Yeah, I want to...
Try and stop
If he,
the other.
comes past us, I want to grapple him.
You're going to grapple him?
Take it easy, slow down.
Where are you in relation between these guys?
I would have been next to Ileana most of the time.
All right.
Not most of the time, all of the time.
He's coming straight for you, but he seems to be aware that you're there, and he doesn't want to get in your way because you guys are trying to stop it. But he seems to be the more rational one. But he's still pissed that this guy just tossed him through the room, so he starts going around you. But he's still going for the big guy.
I want to grapple him and just stop him in his tracks.
All right, roll your brawl.
Oh boy.
A solid 4 success.
Nice.
Then he rolls like 5 failure, and then I'll be pissed.
a 1.2, so you get 2 threat on that.
All right, 2 strain then.
All right, so you grab at him. It's awkward, but you grab him. You don't get him in the same full Nelson as the other guy. You just kind of got your arms around his waist, but he doesn't seem to care that you're grabbing him. He doesn't, like, he's not attacking you, but you are holding him back, and he's just got his one arm on his shoulder and is like, just let me go. I can take care of this. Let me go. He's not being violent towards you, but he's trying to get you off of him.
Yeah. Calm down, sir. We're trying to stop this from getting any worse.
Too late.
Only if you continue trying to get after him. Calm down.
Roll your charm.
Oh boy.
Where'd my black die go?
2 success, 1 advantage.
It's decent.
Huh.
For 2 greens? Yeah.
No, it could always be blank.
Oh yeah, and one of my work buddies, he rolled like 6 blanks on one roll.
Oh god.
1.3. What'd you get?
Basically 2.1. So again, 2 threat.
Yeah.
You
So
got that success. That's all it needed.
yeah, you got that success. He stopped pushing on rolls. He stopped trying to go forward, but he's still at the ready. Whereas the other guy is struggling like hell. He's not done.
Oh god, it's so.
And
tempting just to
he's
smack
yelling
him.
at the Twilight, and he's actually trying to kick the Twilight, get him off of him. But the Twilight is surprisingly strong, considering that he's not much taller than you two.
Okay, she's not going to draw her pistol, but she's going to make it clear she's switching it to stun.
What, you just switched the button to stun while it's holstered?
Yeah.
Okay, that would be a coercion at this point. Now you're just
You
trying...
need to calm down as well, sir.
Alright, roll your coercion.
Oh, crap.
What?
It's going to be 2 success. It turned into 1 advantage, period.
Just 1 advantage?
Yeah.
3 threat.
Oh, that didn't help.
No, that's all I rolled, so if you would have just got one success, you would have won. So another 2 threat. At this, he bucks back. He bucks backwards. The Twi'lek still got his guard, but the guy comes back down and just slams on both the Twi'lek's feet, taking the Twi'lek completely off guard. He loses his balance.
I immediately stun him. The aggressive guy.
With what? Did you pull out your blaster and switch it to stun?
Yep. It's incidental to move it to stun, so yeah.
Yeah.
Is it incidental to draw?
If he has a
That
talent
means
for it,
double
quick draw.
incidental.
Do you have quick draw?
I don't think so, no. But it's a maneuver to take it out anyway, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, so a maneuver and an action. Pick up,
Yes.
take out, shoot.
Since it's just this, if he continues, then it will be a combat roll. So we're just giving you first strike. Go ahead and roll your light.
Man, leave the girls alone for 2 minutes and they're already blasting people.
3 success and 2 advantage.
Okay, you completely cancel out the threat. And you succeed.
Hell yes, I do. 10 strain damage. That negates armor as well.
Negates armor, how?
Yep, soak. Stun damage negates.
No, it does
soak.
not.
Sorry, it's soak value. Yeah.
It does not negate soak.
If you give me a page number, I'll have a gander myself.
I thought that was kind of curious. It's like you'd stun everybody if it was that effective to bypass armor.
Yeah. I don't remember what page number it is, but I do remember reading it.
I remember thinking it didn't make a lot of sense to me.
No, it actually states you do not bypass soak.
Yeah. Maybe it was a house rule I was looking at, but yeah, I remember having a debate at one point about how effective soak was versus a stun blast.
Stun active. A weapon with stun causes strain to the target. When the stun quality is active, it affects strain damage equal to the weapon's stun rating. Stun damage. Weapons. This damage is still reduced by the target's soak. Page 157.
Oh, my apologies. Regardless, whatever his soak is, which is
At
probably
this
bad
point,
brawn,
just as
whatever.
brawn. So, just 3. So you,
Okay, so
you
seven-
take 7
7.
stun damage. He's shaking right now. He's down on the ground, but he's not completely out. But he seems to not have full control of his movements. The guy that you were holding is now laughing. And the shopkeep is just getting his balance back on his feet. His toes are still killing him. But the big guy's
Sorry,
down.
guys, Lance has a phone call. Give me 1 sec.
No, you're not allowed a phone call.
Damn those phone calls. Well, yeah, if he's on the ground prone in that.
Not prone, is more like kneeling. But
Kneeling? Regardless. I'm gonna hold my pistol over him, still with the stun setting on, and I'll put it over his head. I'm like, if you move, you know what's gonna happen. Now I suggest you comply.
he's still kind of shaking, but it's mostly from the stun setting, the stun shot, rather than him. But he looks up, sees your eyes, realizes you're not kidding, and lowers his gaze again.
All right, yeah, I take my pistol away from his head and I move a little bit away, and I've still got the pistol trained on him just in case he screws up again.
Shopkeep stands back up and says, appreciate that. Now I just gotta get these guys out of here. Once they're out of here, I don't really give a damn what they do. The other guy says, you know what? I'll leave. I've got no problem with it. Once I leave, he's got no reason to stay. And the young guy just starts walking towards the door.
Cool. Yeah, I don't say anything. I just let him leave.
I say we'll hold on this for Lance, just in case he wants to ask something.
That is true. Yes.
Head back to cave exploring.
Yeah, we'll head back to you two. So you got out of the refresher. Droids don't do well with water, but we'll say he had a bit of oil in the closet where the other droid was at, and you wiped them off. Sound good?
Works for me.
All right, y'all are back in Pith's clinic. What you doing?
Well, I think that's the last of the bat guts, I say, wiping an oily rag off Leo's back.
One more time. Cough fit, sorry.
No worries. Just RPing in here, just saying, well, I think that's the last of the bat guts as I take an oiled rag over Leo's back.
Yes, well, thank the maker that I'm not presentable towards customers. Needed to
Yeah.
be presentable at least.
Well, fortunately, I don't think there's many customers in these parts. So, you wanted to head back down to the caves? You had a plan for the moss down there?
Yes, but since the doctor doesn't have any tools, we may have to make one by hand.
Well, this does seem to be a fairly green planet, and pretty sure I saw some landscaping outside. There's got to be a gardener or somebody with a shovel laying around, or a tool shed or something. We have a poke around outside and see what's there around.
Must I remind you of the Empire's eyes?
I'm not suggesting we go walking around shopping for one. I'm just saying there's probably a shed at the back of the clinic we could check out. That ought to be safe enough.
Yes, and I am admittedly curious as to what other buildings are connected to this one.
See, let's just have a little poke around, keep our heads down, and see what else there is to this little medical complex. Desric air quotes medical.
Do you have a hat or a hood that you can put on?
I'm wearing concealing robes, so I'll just toss the hood up.
Much better. Let us...
Don't worry,
Go
I can
quickly.
be discreet when necessary.
I find that incredibly hard to believe.
Desric just kind of ignores the jab. And then stops and thinks for a moment. You know, Leo, you've gotten a lot more sassy since we took that restraining bolt off. I'm still trying to decide whether or not that's a good thing.
Well, I haven't turned into a cold-blooded murderer yet. Desiree?
But not sure what you're trying to imply there, Leo.
It could be worse.
Well, I guess there's that. But seriously, cool it with the 360 head spins. It's creepy.
I will try.
So we're gonna go poking around the medical complex, see if there's. I think we're looking just for a tool shed, see if we can find like some basic garden tools, but also just kind of poke around, see what other buildings are nearby. But we're not like going out into the town or anything.
So y'all staying in the clinic, or are you kind of going around the clinic?
Like just around the vicinity of the clinic, but like if there's a gate, like if the clinic's behind a gate, we probably won't leave like the gated area, just like looking around to try and
The
see if
clinic
there's...
is on a main street, and there are other buildings near it, so it's not like it's its own little area. It goes straight onto the street.
Okay, is there like a back alley?
There are 2 alleyways to the side of it.
So yeah, we're just gonna poke around those back alleys.
Not suspicious at all.
Well, there are people who go through alleys all the
A
time. You
hooded
just don't know
figure
why.
in a dark alley? No.
Followed by a droid. Either way, you search one alley. It's mostly just rubble. Stuff knocked over. It leads to a big wall. Can't go around the hospital or the other building. So you go switch over to the other one. A lot of the same, but when you get to the back, you can go a little bit behind the clinic itself, but you can go all the way behind the rest of the buildings to the east.
Well, let's see where this leads. Do we
I'm
need
gonna
to be
keep-
making like stealth or perception checks at all or anything like that?
Well, if you want to start looking around, perception checks. If you want to go into stealth, you can, but I'm just going to say right now you're being stealthy, so until you need to actually worry about it, I'll won't have you roll stealth. Something happens
Okay.
and you need to worry about it, I'll tell you to roll stealth.
I definitely want to make a perception check just to see what's
As do
around.
I.
Alright, so both of you guys make a perception check, and I'm going to start coughing here in a minute.
Oh, that wasn't a roll at all. The yellow dice just spun around.
Well, I think I'm okay with my roll. It's not great, but it's not terrible either.
Lance back yet?
Doesn't sound like it. Let me check Discord.
Either way, you got 2 threat.
I have 2 success and 4 advantage.
Leo?
1 success, 1 advantage.
Okay, so Leo, you forget about the head spin thing, so you start doing that. Deseric, you're quickly looking around, and then you suddenly notice, right as you're done, you turn around and see Leo, and he's doing the head spin thing. So you're staring at the front of him, but his head's completely behind him.
Leo, cool it with the head spins.
Ah, right. And he'll turn his full body in that direction.
Either way, the result of what you saw is it looks like there's a few makeshift huts. Some out of rubble, others out of cloth. Almost like there's not enough room or something, or these are just people who can't afford it.
So these aren't like sheds. These are like people's homes. This is like a little ghetto in the alley.
It's more like someone pitched a tent.
Interesting.
But there's no one in the alley that you can see. It's like everyone's gone off. Probably you presume to work or something. It is abandoned. If there are any belongings in there, you can't see them. However, it does go on for some ways, but you can't find a way further south. It's like this is the back end of the area. You don't know if that's like the wall that's around it, or is just something stopping you from going beyond that area for now. But as you walk further down, you find more alleyways, and there's clutter down some of them. Others are just completely clear. But you come up to one side. It looks like someone might have been working here, but they're not there anymore. You do find digging tools. Really basic.
What about those? That ought to work, shouldn't it?
Ah,
Desric says,
yes.
pointing to the tools.
This works. Is there a trash cart of some kind nearby?
Trash cart?
Yeah, like a
There
you know, like a
are...
wheelie bin. I don't know what you call
Yes,
them
but the
anymore.
wheels are kind of broken off.
Okay.
We can probably borrow a medical cart from Doc's facility if we need a cart. I mean, he'll have a few laying around in the back.
Well, true, but I would much rather us use something like this to transport um the kindling.
Okay, well, I'm gonna pick up the tools and toss them in my backpack. Uh, I will just call them digging tools for the sake of inventory.
I've got a spade over here. I'm just looking for anything else.
Too much to hope for a pick?
There's an axe. No,
Not
scratch
not
that.
sure
That's a
that.
fusion cutter.
Oh, yeah, probably not what we're looking for.
Fusion cutter?
Actually, kind of what you are.
I will take a fusion cutter.
It's not a great fusion cutter.
It is a fusion cutter. I'll take it.
It's on the board. Put a note on that fusion cutter. It's damaged. It'll take a while to cut through it, and it's mostly seems to be used to cut through rubble rather than, what a full fusion cutter would be used for.
5 vicious damn. All right. I might need to get a fusion cutter.
Leah can probably fix it later on. So yeah, Leo is going to take that.
Yeah, but that's 5 straight damage, by the way. It does not add to your brawn. But like I said, it's an old damaged model, and it's not like the high-quality industrial models, so stats reduced.
Okay, I took the spade and Leah took the cutter, and yeah, I guess if you want to take the bin, Leah, we can see about finding some wheels somewhere.
I can always make some wheels.
Yeah, and I think there were some spare droid parts in the back, and I know Ileana found some scrap metal somewhere to make all those makeshift weapons, so there ought to be something laying around.
Indeed.
So let's head back.
All right. After you.
As this hooded figure and a droid carrying a garbage bin make their way oh so stealthily in a back alley. Not suspicious at all.
No. One would assume that you're living in desperate times and you somehow got a droid and you refuse to sell. That'd be kind of what I would look.
Back, and that's a hell of a line to come back to.
Yeah.
So as we're making our way back, cut to.
All right. So, what's the last thing you left off for the shop, Lance?
They just kind of sort of managed to subdue the situation with Rose placing a very well placed stun blast. And I was kind of half listening. I got the idea that they were both getting ready to leave and that it was more or less resolved unless there was something I wanted to say.
Well, the small guy left. The other guy's still kind of stunned and has Rose pointing a pistol at him.
Okay.
Well, I've stepped back.
Yeah, but you're still pointing a pistol at him.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Rose will kind of... So he's basically stunned, crumpled to the ground, and just...
He's kind of
trying to
kneeling,
get his wits about him.
like he's having a hard time getting onto his feet.
Okay. Well, she'll kind of... She's going to keep her distance a little bit, but she'll kneel down as well, so they're kind of eye to eye. and just ask him, are you going to stay calm now?
I have no quarrel with the two of you.
Cool.
I appreciate that. So she can put that away now, yes?
I'll leave.
Yeah, I holster my gun after he says that.
He attempts to stand, but he's really wobbly.
She'll reach out a hand,
Oh,
give him a
that's me.
hand.
He does not take it. He's still iffy. The Twilight grabs him by the back of the neck. His not the neck exactly, but his clothes. Hoists him up. The guy goes up pretty quickly, and he's very surprised. And now he's being walked to the front.
Okay, well, while that's happening, Ileana's going to take a step back and just take a deep breath, because that was not the kind of situation she expected to run into.
Either way, the little guy, the young guy has already left. The big guy is now at the door, set outside. The Twilight, just holds him still for a second, lets go. The guy he doesn't fully crumple, but he doubles over, catches himself, and is limping off very slowly. Twilight shuts the door, turns to you. I hate it when they do that in here. Thank you very much for the assist. Either way, my name is Cairo. How can I assist you today? He begins to walk towards you.
Well, to be honest, I just came in here to browse a little bit. I wasn't expecting to run into anything like that.
Yeah, I usually get that once every so often. There's a lot of thieves running around as of late, namely kids. The guy's adamant that his kid isn't stealing, but most likely he is. Oh, it happens way too often around here.
Are things that desperate here?
Not quite. It's more like the kids just have nothing to do.
Gotcha.
Well, I should say not quite that desperate if you're human.
Well, I'm Ellie. She'll reach out a hand.
He firmly grasps it and says, "Pleased to meet you, Ellie."
Do you mind if we take a look around?
Not a problem. Consider yourselves welcome customers here. I'll give you a little bit of a discount.
Yes.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Rose actually says that. She like fist pumps just slightly. And says, yes.
I take it you had a rather large shopping list.
Yeah, there's a fair bit on it. We've had an interesting couple of days.
Yeah. I'm not surprised with that attack over Terrace, the Empire just roaming around. There's only one Star Destroyer above us, but I've never seen a Star Destroyer carry this many troops. I tell you, this is not a normal Star Destroyer.
Does anyone know what they're looking for?
Apparently there were survivors. Desric Milan. Can't say I want to meet the guy. But, beyond that, nothing.
Suppose that makes it rather difficult for anyone to help the Empire find whoever they're looking for. If everyone keeps their lips tightly sealed.
Everyone's on the lookout for anybody who survived, but I don't know. They know they're survivors. They say this Desric is one of them. There's potentially 2 more. But no one seems to be stepping forward. The Empire is trying to protect them. So they say.
Well, I don't know.
All I gotta say is if they're human, they got nothing to fear. It's us non-humans who do have something to fear. That's probably what it is, and it's probably what everyone's looking for. Non-human.
Well, hopefully they'll get things squared away and things get back to normal around here.
Not gonna lie, with all these Imperials roaming around, believe it or not, times are better. It sucks, I know, but with the Imperials roaming around, at least they're keeping some of the wildlife and local gangs in check.
Well, that's true.
But yeah,
Well,
I kind of want them gone myself. Oh, he just kind of rubs his head for a second, walks back to the front desk. Seems to be looking for something.
all right. Well, she'll look back at Rose and, well, shall we?
Yeah, she nods and starts having a gander.
Alright, 1 second.
And by gander, I mean I need to look in the book.
All right. Now, Ileana is going to be looking for some equipment either to boost the range of our current comlink or to possibly try and find a link that has more range.
You know, something like a long range comm.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking through all kinds of stuff here.
Yeah. Something sort of so relatively portable, relatively concealable, that kind of thing.
Yeah. That's a lot of money just for a combo.
Oh, at the 1200?
No, 200.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Long
Well,
range
it's more
comm.
Hell, there's
it's
one in
more
here
just
for
seeing what
600.
the options are.
No,
Coach.
screw that.
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen.
It's up to the DMs,
Hmm.
that's fine. Yeah, give me 2 seconds.
While the one that's meant to go over the entire planet is cheaper than the other one. Planet-wide and planet-to-orbit comm system.
Wow.
With boosted power and military-grade encryption.
That's probably not on the cheap side of the fence.
Actually, it's only 450.
It's still expensive for a comm.
That's still a lot for what we've got to work with. But that would solve a lot of our problems right now.
Probably would.
Ah. What's that?
It would probably would.
Oh shit.
What's up?
One of the comms I just found. You're gonna like it.
I go more curious by the minute.
Well, I'm grabbing
Although
the
we
stuff
should be
right
looking
now.
at something. All right. We should be looking at something other than just the columns, though. I believe we were looking for Synthrope. We were gonna also see about finding some food that will actually keep, right?
Rations.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you were looking for rations.
Oh, they're 5 credits each here, so. And you only need it for what, 3 people?
Yeah, that's true. Oh, damn it. Huh. Well, the secure comlink would be good from the point of view of monitoring local authorities. Maybe not Imperial.
Wait, is that all it does?
Well, no, it says civil defense, emergency services, and law enforcement. So it doesn't necessarily track Imperial specifically, but it would give us an edge up on any other area groups that are kind of searching. But on the other hand, the risk comlink would do really well for her job as a mechanic. So hmm. And yeah, the toolkit's a definite must.
So if you want to go back to Desric and Leo, and
I
then
think
me and Ileana can figure
Desric
out
has
something.
my only wrist-mounted comm.
I don't have it in this table anymore, but I had that comm and that backpack before. I don't have any of my cards that I used to have in the previous table.
There you go. If those were the ones, then yeah.
Thank you much. Sure, did we want to cut back to Leo and Desric while you two continue shopping?
Hold up.
Yeah, we could probably, yeah.
I mean, if you guys, if you're in the middle of it, keep going. I mean, no sense.
That is a nice little
Disrupt.
comm link, actually. Where's your comm link, Illy? I don't see it.
It was like the tiny little like
Yeah.
1.5 kilometer type one.
Just the little handheld units. I think that's what
Yeah.
everybody had,
Like
except
50
for Desric.
kilometers, actually.
Was it 50?
Yes.
It was like the little one that C-3PO had on the Death Star.
Yeah. 50 kilometers.
Okay. So yeah.
What's the one I put on the table?
Oh,
That's the secure comm link and the risk comm link.
bear in mind, all of your com links have been encrypted.
Yes, Leo had encrypted the comms we have right now.
But this thing can
Okay.
transmit, but it's able to scan other comlink systems as well.
That could be very helpful. I don't think any of our stuff is set up for that.
Yeah, it transmits up to medium range on the planetary scale. But, actually, I'm going to take that away. I didn't realize it scanned.
I was going to
Yeah,
say,
that would be...
did you check the rarity on any of these items? Like, given that Terrace is under an Imperial blockade, you know, there should be some scarcity of some of these things.
It's also technically on the outer rim.
Yeah, actually, all of these, there should be no rarity on them.
Yeah, all the rest of the stuff seems like things you'd be
Well,
able to
the
find.
tent is a 4, but considering this is a wildlife area, I'd assume it would be found pretty heavily here.
I thought the encumbrance was 4, rarities 1.
Yeah. It's rarity
they flipped it.
Yeah. On Terrace,
awesome.
its rarity would be like 3.
On Terrace, you kind of figured these
On
would
Terrace.
be needed. I guess they're kind of
Well,
supply and
it's how
demand.
the game rules is.
There's no data pads in the store.
The risk comlink acts as a data pad. But let me take a look. Actually, the data pads that I'm finding are rare.
Ah, bother. That's fine.
I'm putting the stuff up top that I'm thinking we might want to pick up. Yeah.
That's for me. Actually, no. I'll take that one. It's my personal fund.
Well, if our comm links are already encrypted, then that would potentially save us a lot of hassle. So I don't
Yeah,
think we
that
need to necessarily worry about getting a second comm link. But on the other hand, it never hurts to have a spare.
And again, this wrist mounted one actually acts as a basic data pad able to store and retrieve data from droids' computers via direct link and standard data cards.
Yeah, that would be much more helpful for a lot of the places that Illy might end up. So, yeah, might be worth it to pick that up too.
No one wants the backpack.
Nope, not true.
no, I'll put that in there.
All right, you guys figure out what you want, and well, you're gonna jump back to Desert and Leo.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right, you two, what you doing?
So I'm gonna presume we've at this point made it back to the shop, or made it back to the infirmary clinic, whatever we're calling it.
Yes.
Did we want to look around to try and put some wheels on this cart before heading down?
Yeah.
So I
Leave-
guess we'll go back to wherever Ileana was crafting the weapons.
That would be in the droids, the where she put the droid.
She put the droid in the closet.
Utility room.
Yeah, he's gonna. Leo's gonna try and find some round, some like a couple of round things that look about.
Y'all are going
roughly
to
the right
that
size.
utility room.
Yeah, we're gonna go
You
there.
go up to the door, press the button, locked.
Well, that's peculiar. Leo, did you lock this? Oh,
I would-
wait, didn't Ileana lock the what you call it droid in here?
I would assume so, and I imagine that the doctor locked this door.
I thought Ileana. Well, hold on, let me get her on comms, and Desert's gonna raise comms. Hey, Ileana, you there?
Sorry, guys, one sec.
Static.
Well, I guess there's always the impatient solution, and Desert's gonna try and break in.
Oh, so you're not even gonna wait for Ileana to call back?
All right. We'll give her 2 minutes, and then I'll try to break down the door. Well, not break down the door, open the lock.
I was about to say, did that work out well for you last time?
Hey, the door opened fine. It was just the not turning on the lights first. And this room has lights, so we're
Technically,
good.
Leo opened the door.
Yeah, only because you wouldn't let me use my skullduggery.
Yeah, because I didn't think about how it would work at that point. Oh, I forgot to put two other cards over there. Or one, really.
Well, I was trying to get us to do something else while we waited for them to finish shopping, but looks like we're stuck here by a door. Because, raisins.
Sometimes when real life hits, you just can't help but go through it.
Oh.
Yeah, no worries.
Whilst this is happening, and for the first time, Rose and Ileana are away from the party. Leo is looking to Desric and is staring at him very directly.
Okay, I apologize. I am back again. And hopefully we'll have no more phone calls tonight. Cross your fingers.
Turn the phone off.
God, if only I could.
Yeah. So let Leo finish. Go ahead, Leo.
Well, Leo is just dead staring at Desric without saying anything.
Okay, Leo, you're starting to creep me out. What's up?
Hypothetically speaking, if I had a certain amount of orders from someone that could potentially overrule your own, would you like to know about it?
Are you talking about Dad? I guess you wouldn't know him as Dad. I mean, oh crap! Now I forgot the character's name.
Your father, just say that.
Yeah, you mean my father?
Let's say you're correct.
Well, I guess that would depend. Now that you don't have a restraining bolt on, would you intend to follow his orders over mine?
It could potentially work out in your favor.
Yeah, I still think I'd like to know about it.
Well, the orders did not come from your father.
Okay.
They
I
did
am...
instead come from your uncle.
Wait, you got a hold of Warwick? How?
He left a message for you.
Why didn't you tell me this sooner? What's the message?
You placed a restraining bolt. Well, the Toydarian placed a restraining bolt on me, but you had used the restraining bolt on me twice.
So, you're a droid. That these things happen. No offense.
Yes, and some would say that slave collars happen.
Okay, I realize I'm new to this whole droids have feelings things. Where I come from, droids get wiped every month, at least every 2 months. I've never seen a droid with a personality before, let alone someone with a moral compass. This is a little new for me too, so I'm sorry I made you do something you didn't want to do with the controller.
See, what's that so difficult?
You know, I'm really beginning to think you enjoy this whole sarcasm thing.
I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, that, exactly. That's what I mean. So, can we get back to the whole message from work, please?
Ah, yes. You were ordered to remove the females from your life and proceed to Skyrise as soon as possible.
Work too, huh? I know Ket thinks they're bad news.
He has
Well,
given me information that could get you off-world, though we are in need of credits.
just the two of us.
I completely
I am
forgot
not
there was
entirely
that
sure
later.
that I was factored into the agreement.
Well, as far as work's concerned, you're his property. So's the Skylark, for that matter. Disobeying an order from my uncle is not likely to win me any favors.
Your uncle, as part of the message, told you to abandon the Skylark. I assume that includes me as well.
Abandon the Skylark? But it was supposed to be my ship. I can't just leave it here. Well, you don't seem to have any stake in this other than, I guess, your continued existence, Leo. What do you think about leaving the girls and just the two of us running off?
Ah, yes. Well, logically speaking, the bounty hunter is a wild card. But Miss Ileana has proved her worth.
I agree. She's fixed you and convinced me to free you from the restraining bolt. I mean, I'd certainly think you'd want her to come along, but... So what you're saying is right now, the two of us could walk out the back door and be gone.
That is correct.
How would we get to Skyrise? Assuming we were to abandon the girls. And I guess Doc at this point too.
That would be up for debate. I'm assuming that walking there is not an option.
Yeah, given the difficulties we got just going from the Forager's Haven to here, yeah, I'm going to go with no. Walking's not an option.
There is a wild card.
A wild card?
The land speeder.
Yeah, but it's trapped in the waterworks. That's a 200-foot drop to get it out of there. I don't know about you, but I don't fancy taking a cliff dive off a land speeder. The repulsor lifts aren't going to give it much more than 4 feet of ground clearance tops.
We're so fucked, Lance.
I could potentially
We'll see.
boost the engine systems for us to land safely on the ground, but it is a long shot. And by long shot, I mean...
Yeah. I got it. 200-foot down, long shot. I don't know, Leo. It feels wrong. But, I mean, I got to get off this planet. And if you've got a way out of here...
You could potentially convince the contact to take the bounty hunter and Miss Ileana with you.
Do you have a name for this contact?
I think I do, but I don't remember. Seek.
I'm looking for it.
Desert's going to kind of start...
Shit,
picking
I
through-
gave you all the information, and that's right. I didn't name her right then and there. Yes, I do have the name for her.
Okay, but would Leo have access to that information?
Yes. He's plugged it into you. So you have all that info. The name is Jade Tamal. I gotta rename it because of that L is not supposed to be in there. So it actually looks like Talmal. But it's Tamal. Jade Tamal.
Yes,
So Desric is... Oh, go ahead, Leo.
a Jade Tamal. The name is not familiar to me.
Jade. I don't think I know her either. So Desric's contemplating all this, picking through scraps, kind of half-heartedly looking for wheels for the cart as he's trying to process everything that Leo is telling him.
Given
Well-
your uncle's.
Real
Wait,
quick.
does Leo know this at this point?
One more time.
Does Leo know Desric's side project by now?
Which side project?
Oh, that's right.
Working
You've been
with the rebellion.
deactivated for like all of those conversations, haven't you?
Yeah.
I'm lost. One more time. What side project? I am going through multiple things here.
Desric and his uncle working for the rebellion.
I'm pretty sure he's told you about that. I don't know.
I think he's been shut down or outside of.
No, because
What about the time when I told the girls on the ship? Because when I told Doc, he was forcibly
he was
powered
deactivated
off.
that. Yeah.
Actually, I don't think he deactivated the second time. I think that's when he made you clean the toilet.
Oh no, he wasn't there because when I told them we weren't in the Skylance, we were in the forest. It was after we escaped.
Yeah, that's
New
right. It was
Talon.
after they escaped. And the second time...
So Leo might not actually know.
No, Leo does not know. Either
Okay,
way,
no-
Leo, I sent you a second message in Discord. Did you get that?
Did you?
Well, it was asking if you wanted to fix that in stream.
Oh, no, not for the time being.
Okay. That's all I needed.
Okay. But it is a complicated issue, granted. I will leave that for you to ponder over. For the time being, let's focus on freeing the Wookiees.
Yeah, one job at a time. But we've got a contact in Skyrise now. That's more than I had 5 minutes ago. All right.
Indeed.
Desric's got now at this point absentmindedly picking up crap like a handful of different semi-spherical or cylindrical objects. Would any of these work? And Desric's like just handing stuff to the droid.
I would have to check it.
Yeah,
Um,
it's like not really useful stuff. It's like he's just like completely absent-mindedly just picking through things as he's trying to process what the droid has just told him.
Yes. First, we need to get into the.
Oh wait, crap! We never actually got into the room to look at this stuff, so that actually didn't
you
happen.
were waiting on the call for Ileana, but you decided to have a conversation with Leo.
Okay, so is
Lance is
Ileana
back.
want to interrupt this and call me back? You have a missed comms call from Desric.
Okay.
Ileana.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'll try and reach you again. Desric, it's Ileana. Come in.
Ah, good. Hey, look, Leo and I are trying to get into the back room. We've got a cart, needs some wheels. But it's locked. You wouldn't happen to have locked it, would you?
I'm sorry. Locked a cart.
No. The back room. We've got a cart. It needs some fixing.
Oh. Okay. Well, I can make my way back then. I think we're almost done here.
Yeah, cool. Just the door is locked. Do you have the code, or do I need to go find Doc?
Okay, sorry. Which cart is this?
So remember
They found a cart and
two-
they're bringing it back, so it's not a cart that was in the shop or in the clinic.
Okay.
Basically, your character has no idea what cart they're talking about.
Okay. Why would
Yeah.
I have the code for something that?
You made
no,
the code.
The code to the door, to the room, where the super secret droid is hidden that may or may not want to kill us.
Yeah. Be lucky if you could find enough room in there, but
Well, we're just fixing the cart. Then we're going down into the hole. The water treatment thing, mine
All
thing,
right.
whatever.
Yes, I have the code. I'll be there in a few minutes.
Hey, okay, bye. Screw this. I'm opening this door. That's literally what Desric turns around and says to Leo. Yeah, she was no help. Screw this. I'm opening this door.
Oh boy,
Very
here
well.
we go.
And what was the difficulty set on that? Did you set a difficulty, or did you just...
I didn't. As far as I know, Pith set the code and
You set the
told-
code and gave it to him.
Yeah, it was just a
That was
standard
weird.
lock, so they didn't modify the lock. She just set the code for the lock.
Okay.
So I guess
Hmm.
it's whatever the standard whatever the difficulty was for the door. They didn't modify the difficulty. They just set a custom code.
Okay, and do you have anything to help you?
Yes, I have bypass security, which removes one setback die from any security skullduggery attempts to bypass a door or disable security devices.
All right, roll.
Ah, grr. 1.3. 1 success, 3 advantage.
Point 2.
Sweet. Success plus advantage. Ping! Door goes wide open.
Yep, door's open.
And we're in.
Okay. You see 2 droids in there. One looks like it's been picked apart. The other is the protocol/assassin droid.
Man, I really hope that rust bucket turns out to be worth something. Gives me the creeps. Protocol, an assassin droid hidden in a protocol droid's body. Ugh. Okay, let's see if we can find some wheels for this thing.
You scan the room. You see nothing that is a wheel itself. You do see some drawers. You go through them. You find some round objects that you could potentially make into wheels.
Those will do. I do have a question. The droid that's been picked apart, does it have its memory core?
As you walk up to it and examine it, there is a memory core, but there's no way to power it. The pieces needed to do so have been removed.
Leo is going to take the memory core.
Alright, you now have 1 droid memory core.
I'll have to do some tests on this at some point.
Isn't that kind of like cannibalism? Desert looks over,
I'm not
pointing at the.
consuming it.
What are you going to do with a droid brain?
Well, presuming that I can find the parts, rebuild it.
Wait, what? Now there's going to be 3 droids? Oh boy. Just take it easy, Leo.
Of course, I wouldn't reactivate a potential threat without thinking on it first. Do you think I am?
I'm still trying to figure that out. Hey, is there a toolbox or something around here? I mean, Ileana had to get you fixed somehow.
There is a toolkit lying on the thing, but it seems to be rather basic. Enough to remove and attach parts to droids.
I just need to make a wheel. How much more basic does it get? I mean, this is Stone Age technology here.
True, but you're also working with futuristic metals.
Perhaps I should be the one to make the wheels.
Yeah, knock yourself out. Desric is going to go sit in a corner and contemplate the information that Leo has just relayed to him.
All right, so you're gonna take a roll.
Yep. Damn.
Wow. That's
What'd you get?
1 success, 5 advantage.
Blank. So you get the idea. You can use that plasma torch. That is what it is. Plasma torch, right? Yeah, fusion cutter. Sorry. And cut some holes into where you can make the wheels, and then you get an idea to use what seems to be a scraper or a metal piece to kind of scrape in grooves and not to act as a screw, or just stick a piece of metal through it, attach it to areas. But you figure out what you need to do relatively quickly too. There are now 4 wheels on this cart, but the cart isn't huge. If you collapsed up in like low power mode, or like a normal droid in low power mode, it could fit in there.
Okay, this should be enough. When you said blank, I assumed...
A single difficulty rolled a blank.
Oh, okay, because when you said blank, I assumed that you had just wiped out my entire... I was like, wait, what?
Wiped out your entire what?
My dice roll.
Oh, like it countered?
I was like, yeah. But okay, that makes sense. Right. I'm done here. Let's make a move to the waterway.
Real quick, let's go back to the girls.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I think we decided on that list that's in front of us.
You're buying everything on it?
Well, we're gonna see what the
Yes,
price
sir.
tag is, and
Yeah.
How many of each are you buying for certain ones?
Yeah. Say again?
No, all of it.
Yeah.
From
Are you
the-
buying multiples of anything?
Oh,
Oh, the rations.
yeah.
Rations 10.
And synth rope?
Uh,
How long is the rope?
It'll get you down 2 stories, 1 rope.
25 to 30 feet or 10 meters.
we could probably use 3 or 4 of those, to be honest.
I go with 3.
All right, let's look at 3 of those.
How many backpacks?
Well, I want 1.
Uh, that could actually be quite useful. So yeah, if there's more than 1 available, Ilya will get 1 as well.
Oh yeah, there's more than 1, so 2 backpacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
How many glow rods?
actually, she'll put another call into Desric.
Okay.
How many glow rods?
At the moment, just the 1.
Obviously 1 toolkit.
1 toolkit and 1 tent.
And how many comlinks?
As far as I know, just 1.
Yep, just 1.
Okay, so at cost price is 681.
And 1. All right. I didn't account for like 2 backpacks and extra synth rope and stuff, so.
Okay. So with your discount, he says, all right, that'll be 953 credits.
Fuck.
Okay, one sec. Okay, I just threw description onto the description for each of these, basically how many we were purchasing. So, okay, 900 some odd credits. We also have the electronics. So I'm wondering.
Oh god, I can't math. Far out.
Barter it up. Come on,
You
let's see
can't
those
math?
negotiation
Alright.
rolls.
I can't math, no.
All right, so yeah, she'll.
Oh, did you say you were going to put a call into Desric, Ileana?
Oh yeah. Hold that thought. Might be going up a bit. Desert, come in.
Oh, hey, Ileana, what's up?
I've got some backpacks and stuff like that over here. Wondering if you and Leo and maybe the doc want to get one.
What do you mean? I already have a backpack. Wait, can droids wear backpacks? Hey, Leo, can you wear
Yeah,
a backpack?
Why wouldn't I?
Okay, well, do you want one?
It would make carrying things easier.
I guess that's one for Leo, sure. Does Doc need one? I have no idea.
Fuck the doc.
The dock has bags aplenty.
Yeah, good point. He moved all that stuff onto the Skylark without any issues. I think just one for Leo.
All right, sounds good. I'll see you.
Oh, hey, did you find any
Yeah.
glow rods while you were out there? I mean, we could probably each use one.
Fair enough. As a matter of fact, we do have some here, so yeah, we'll get it squared away.
Cool.
How many?
All right, see you in a bit. Well, I mean, one for. Oh wait, no, just the three of us, right? Because Leo's got a torch. Hey, Leo, you still have that torch, right?
I think I gave that back to Piff, didn't I?
No, you didn't say anything about it.
Oh, okay. I assumed he'd taken it back, but if I was still got it,
It wasn't
I still
his.
got
The
it.
torch. The fusion lamp.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't handed it back to him.
I still have the fusion lantern.
Yeah. So Leo still got the fusion lantern. So just three.
All right, I've calculated it. 645.
All right, three it is. We'll be back soon, hopefully.
Okay, cool. We might be down in the tunnels when you get back. So just catch us on comms.
All right.
And
All right,
Desert's
how much?
finishing up.
I go to the guy and I say, how much was it again?
All right, what did you add to it? 2 more glow rods?
Yeah.
2 glow rods, 1 backpack.
What was it originally, and what's the new price?
Well, originally it was 953. New price, I wouldn't have to actually go back and redo it at all.
Now, Ilya Helena hasn't really had a chance to go through and do a detailed analysis of our older droid. So it's going to be a bit touch and go, but I'm thinking some of those electronics might be useful in terms of helping both Leo or um, our HK50.
New price, 973.
Hmm.
All right.
Hmm. Uh,
What was our Twilight
much-
name here again?
Cairo.
Cairo.
Okay.
How many credits do we have, Ileana?
About 1200. So
1200 against 973.
Basically 221. Or 227, I think, actually.
well, we're going to need all this, but we've also got the electronics. We could maybe soften the blow a bit. At the same time, some of those components could be useful for the droids.
I point out to Ileana, I'm like, well, if we want anything extra, it's not going to be good. We're only left with 227 credits. Especially if we're going to be here for any longer.
Personally, I'd like to minimize our stay, but we need all of this equipment if we're going to do anything down here. And we'll need more credits if we're going to get off world.
I go to Cairo and I say 973
Yep, that's with your discount.
with how much would it be without it?
Great, you'd have to make me do that.
Yep. I ask him that and then I say, I just stopped. We, apologies, Ileana, just stopped a fight in your store as well. I'm guessing that is accounted into the quote unquote discount.
Yeah, that's what gave you the discount. The full price would have been 1,042.
Wow, that's that's a lot. That's a lot.
That's a pretty fair discount. Cairo, do you do barter by any chance?
Depends on what you got. Are you selling something to me, or are you trying to borrow on what's here?
Well, we do have some electronics components that we could probably
With
get rid
that,
of.
he perks up. Electronics? What kind? Can it be used for most of the components around here? Shop-wise? House-wise? Ship-wise? What are we looking at?
Well, let's take a look. And yeah, she'll show off some of the components that we've hauled in.
You see a
And
lot of it is mostly used to repair small things on ships. Some of the computers, some wiring, high tech shit on the ship, just like small pieces.
Gotcha. Well, I don't know how many starships you get down in this neck of the woods, but it could certainly help for spare parts. Anyone that needs a system or two fixed aboard, that kind of thing.
Yeah, most of the ship parts you can sell down at New Talent for a pretty penny. Here, not so much, but more than most because we are the primary trade hub for some of the cities and outposts that are around. So we can always use a bit of spare parts for our shuttles. Yeah, these look good. You know what? I'll give you a bit of a premium on them. You did do me a solid. 450 for those.
Okay, so that's effectively 450 off the asking price. So
Down to 523. He says that, and I look up. I'm like, 523 for all this. I think that's a fair deal.
All right. Anything else you guys need?
No.
I can't think of anything at the moment, but of course, if we do think of something, we'll certainly be back.
Appreciate that. Definitely bring some more salvage like this. I could make use of it. If you're curious about what I sell, what I would buy the most, anything that can be effectively used for, the city, the buildings, power distribution systems, things like that.
All right, I'll certainly keep my eye out.
Yeah, Rose nods and takes all the stuff and puts it where she can in bags and stuff.
Yeah, how convenient that we have the backpacks. We will need them.
Yeah. You're
All right.
welcome, by the way.
Okay, above board for a minute. Did we seriously just buy a tent?
Yep.
We're trying to get off this planet. And your guys are buying camping gear.
Yes.
Copy those as many times as you need, Lance.
Okay.
I moved them down below.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
Okay,
Yeah,
will someone stop trying to clean up the table and let me do it?
I was doing it. It's fine.
just throw it into my corner, and then I'll. Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah, all that stuff is there. Just kind of copy it to who needs it.
So while they're playing Inventory Management 2000, Leo and Desric want to head down to the waterworks, whatever we're calling this place, the tunnel.
All right. Considering that, well, in order to get to this tunnel, you need to go through Doc's area. He's effectively giving you the passcode for his room. You go through the room. You go through the little door. You, Desric, you attach your comlink, wrist comlink to it. This way you can close it on the way behind you. And you continue through the tunnel.
Cool. FYI, I didn't need the backpack that was just handed to me since I already had one.
Oh yeah, it's going to Leo.
Yep. So right now it's just Leo and I headed down with Leo's got the torch and I don't have a light.
Yeah, so Leo in front.
And I'm kind of following behind with our little makeshift cart. Okay, Leo, lead the way.
Okay, as before, he's holding the lantern above his head.
Alright. You travel down the tunnel. And like before, there's nothing interesting in it. You get to the waterway, and now you're offered two directions to go, east to west. As usual, west has a light.
Let us head towards the shuttle.
Alright, y'all begin making your way east.
Okay. Leo's gonna dim the light a bit so he doesn't startle the bats again.
Good, because you do hear screeching.
Just
Why
so that we
it
don't
has
have
to be
deal with that
bats.
craziness on our own.
Although they seem better dispositioned now that Rose isn't swinging a sword at them.
Yes, and a random human isn't squealing after being surprised by a tiny little animal.
I didn't squeal, and it was dirty. Okay, it was gonna like crap on my robes.
And the beds weren't? Where do you think it goes?
Desert ponders this for a second, then raises his hood up higher and tries to like cover his face and neck.
As y'all continue down the ways, there is no opening until you reach the end. It is partially concealed behind a little bit of rubble. It doesn't look like it's been there for long.
Hey, Leo, was that rubble here last time?
Not that I remember.
That's strange.
He's gonna move the lantern down a bit so he can see it at the foot of it.
What, walk up to the rubble and move the lantern closer?
Yeah.
As you walk up to it, move the lantern closer, it looks like these have been placed here, not fallen. There is no... Like the rubble around it, there doesn't seem to be a lot of moss or what on it. There is some on there, turned towards the outside to make it look like, if you're not paying close attention or specifically looking for a door, it would just look part of the rubble. It has definitely been placed there by
I want to do a survival check to see if I can determine like who put it there, or at least like what were they humans, were they were they like aliens, or like how recently they were put there.
make a roll.
One success, 2 advantage.
.2.
So just a straight success then.
Yes. So, as you get to looking, there's nothing on the ground or anything to let you track footprints or whatnot, and you have no idea how to see what kind of handprints have been put on the rocks. But recently, it's been disturbed around about the same time as those footprints you saw on the ground. Oh wait, that was Rose that saw those. It's been there for maybe a month since they've been last disturbed.
Okay, so these aren't super fresh. It's not like this happened since the last time we were down here.
Nope.
Well, the good news is this seems like it wasn't super recently, maybe a month or so ago. Why don't we risk a little more light, see what's behind here?
We'll have to be careful with them, alright? And I'll turn the light up. Slowly.
So you slowly creep more forward. You leave the rubble there, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, right now we're just shining more light on it. Like I just asked them to turn up the light so we can see.
Okay, as the light begins to illuminate further in, you start hearing screeching above. It's getting a little louder. You do illuminate some of the room. There's definitely another tunnel behind there, but you can't really see much into it.
I have something of a question. If this tunnel was successfully used as a smuggling route for a time, why would they make an effort to close it off?
Could be any number of reasons, I guess. But I would suspect that maybe they found a better way in and they didn't want people sneaking up on them. I mean, the docks quarters are probably the most direct way down here. I'm guessing this is an ulterior entrance. Could be useful if we find out where it comes out of, though.
Very much so. And Leo is going to set the lantern to one side and take out his fusion cutter.
I'm curious what you can do with the fusion cutter, but it is currently 7, so let's take a 10-minute break.
Okay.
Okay. See everybody in 10.
See you soon. Okay, Lance is back.
Hello.
Hey yo. You mean nasty droid.
What? I haven't done anything wrong.
Yeah, she sticks her neck out for you, and this is how you thank her. That's rich.
Zeke was basically asking me for the past few sessions whenever I wanted to announce that, but I could never figure out a way of doing so.
Well, it doesn't help when we're all in the same room. It's like
Yeah.
that's not a very appropriate time to bring that kind of thing up.
Nope. Oh, hey, how do you feel about abandoning these two women and just going up into the sunset?
No hard feelings, right? On the other hand, that topic has been broached before with what's his name? Ket. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not like it hasn't been on the horizon for him to consider, but I think if he actually does end up at that point, that's going to be a real vicious test for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't think I don't think Leo's had a chance to hook up to the galactic net yet and figure out what happened as far as recent events, has he?
No, the only information that he's got currently is from local news.
I'm back.
Gotcha.
Really?
Welcome back.
Yeah, this Terrace isn't exactly tech friendly in that regard.
Yeah, that's true.
Imagine maybe once he gets to Skyrise, that might be an opportunity for him to check up on the HoloNet.
Yeah, I've had a couple of ideas as to how he could kind of get a brief rundown of what's happened, but it's going to depend on certain questions being asked, and I don't want to metagame that. So if it comes up, it comes up.
Oh, absolutely. It'll be interesting.
Oh, for sure.
I'm still expecting a freaking spider to show up in this time at some point.
Oh, no, frack that.
I'm just expecting us to be like sort of settled down in the tunnel, and then all of a sudden the freaking assassin spider comes down from the ceiling.
Well, I don't know if this, you know, ancient waterway is big enough, you could have a lot more than one.
It's big enough. I
You
asked
might
him
end up waking up the nest.
Yeah.
And if that happens, you guys are on your own.
Yeah,
will go
Leo
get
doesn't
the
even
flamethrower
have a
Overkill's
proper
back.
weapon.
Go ahead, sorry.
Leo doesn't even have a proper weapon yet.
Yeah, that's true. Might be a case where Ileana has to put together a flamethrower, and you have until she does that to get out of that tunnel.
Flamethrower and get out of the tunnel. The fuck?
What?
Oh, we've just been talking about the whole ancient waterway and, why is it blocked off and assassin spiders. And it's just like, yeah, if you break through that, whatever the obstacle is, you might end up waking up the entire nest.
But we're gonna do it anyway.
The assassin spiders were in the northeast or northwest part of the forest past New Talon. They shouldn't be anywhere near here.
Oh, that's right. They can't be anywhere else.
Yeah, no.
And you're not exactly remembering exactly what was said.
And I mean,
Wildlife, wild card. There's a similar concept there.
what is it they say? Life finds a way.
Always does.
Yep. And stupidity is definitely a factor.
Hey, that hurts.
Okay, the microphone almost ended up wearing my coffee.
Anyway. So, we're checking in with Ileana and Rose. So,
Yeah. We love you, Jezrek, even though you're planning on betraying us and leaving us here.
Maybe. Well, I wasn't planning it till the droid suggested it. If you recall, I've already ignored at least 2 direct orders to leave you 2 behind.
Exactly. Well,
that's
2
always
very
nice.
strong recommendations.
How
Which is why I
True.
find that
One
very interesting.
recommendation, other order.
one recommendation and a subconscious knowing that Rose will most likely hunt you down, find you, and kill you. So yeah,
I
And
believe
then
it falls
hand you in for the bounty.
yeah. Ileana probably the same. So
I don't have a
Let's get
bounty
the
on
win
me.
then.
They have a bounty on them.
we can make a bounty on you somehow.
You'd be cashing in on your own bounty.
It doesn't have to be me. I can convince someone else.
Either way, we are all here, right?
Yep.
Yes,
Oh.
sir.
Okay.
Affirmative.
We want to continue in the tunnel or with the girls?
I assume we would hop back to the girls first.
They have
Um,
anything, or they just want to head back to the clinic?
Yeah, we're basically just
I
heading
think
on back.
We're heading back to the clinic with all the good stuff.
Although I think with an eye for what's kind of going on around here as far as certain restless folk, Ileana's probably kind of looking out for that sort of thing.
Yeah, like maybe if it's a perception check on what these people are looking like,
Damn it.
feeling rough
Yeah.
or whatever.
If you want to do a perception check, go right ahead.
Don't know why I'm looking it up. I still suck at it. 1 success, 2 advantage.
Three success, 3 advantage.
Nice.
So you just see people going by back and forth. You see a few children here and there playing. No one really seems to be caring too much about the two of you, but you're keeping an eye on those going around you just in case. Right now, just a lot of working being done, repairing some of the walls, interiors, some power lines here and there. Not really all that much to worry about until just before you get to the last stretch before the docks clinic. You see a patrol of stormtroopers coming your way.
Bollocks.
Oh shit. I've got my cloak on, so I'm like concealing myself. I also have.
Aren't you both wearing cloaks?
I think so.
Yes. So yeah, she'll kind of adjust her hood a little bit, and yeah.
What side of the street you're on? Is this one's going east to west right now?
Furthest left, like any reasonable person would be.
Yeah, Ellie's kind of sticking with her.
Okay, so y'all are as close to the south end of the street you can. The stormtroopers are coming straight down the middle.
All right, good. Yeah, just walking. Yeah.
Nothing to see here. Moving on.
You kind of move closer to some people as you do so, but the stormtroopers just pass on by.
Cool. Yeah, and I keep
Phew.
going. The same action that I've always been doing. Keep going.
As you pass by him and get closer, you suddenly hear one of the stormtroopers like, "You there, stop!"
To us?
You just hear them say it.
She'll kind of
All
look
right,
back over her shoulder and
Turn around. Yeah.
You see them pointing at a citizen, a female human, and walking up to him and pulling out a data pad, holding it up. Okay, you're clear. Move along.
All right. Yeah. Keep going.
yeah.
Just normally how I've always been. Keep walking.
Yep, Ellie will do the same.
You make it
How
back.
many of the stormtroopers are there?
There are 10.
Oh, motherfucker. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you're back to the clinic.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So yeah, dodge that blaster bolt.
Yeah, she's Rose. Shadow's the other character. Damn it. Rose is like muttering under her breath, like, "Oh, this is not good."
Rose,
Yes.
on the level, is it you they're after?
To be honest, I have no clue. Unless they're looking for a stowaway that was from Coruscant. That's a pretty big search.
I don't know. I mean, if they're certain that the survivor was on that ship, either one of us, it's a long way to go to take an entire Star Destroyer out looking for people.
Yeah, that is true. One person.
Honestly,
Actually, yeah,
I've
she
never seen
thinks.
anything like it.
She like Rose puts her hand to her face and starts thinking, and she sits for a second. It's like, well, you haven't caused much trouble in your past, Ileana, have you?
No. Like I said, I'm a mechanic. All I know is that if the Empire put half as much effort into actually helping the Outer Rim as they seem to be putting into finding whoever it is they're looking for, the galaxy might actually be a better place because of it.
Yeah, Rose nods and she says, well then, most likely they'll be looking for me, considering you're just the mechanic. And I'm, you know, bounty hunter.
Maybe. I don't know. Did you take any bounties to piss off the Empire?
Done a couple of odd jobs for them. Only minor, small things. Nothing special.
I honestly don't know what to make of it.
I
Are
just
they
think I'm
alone
like,
right now? Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, I think we are.
Yeah,
There's
y'all are in
Pith.
the clinic, right in
Like
the front entrance of it.
Okay.
Rose is just thinking because she knows that they're most likely after her. Yeah. Rose says like, if you've done nothing, and I've done everything, then we know who they're looking for.
Okay, but what did you do that would justify an entire Star Destroyer looking for you? That makes no sense.
Do I know about the Great Jedi Purge Seek?
That would be more based on you. How
'Cause
much lore
My
did you?
backstory was like clone era. Most things like from the clone era to now, or up to Alderaan actually.
Where did you grow up?
Coruscant,
That's
I
Fundor.
would
yeah.
say chances are, unless she was a direct witness, she's probably grown up with the same.
Yeah, she's pretty much
propaganda.
grown up with the same. She's not that old, not old enough to be.
No, she's 20. Rose is 23.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, she
you're
would've been
you're really
little.
young. So outwardly, you knew that they were supposedly some arm of the Republic, but turned traitor. Uh, they were like some kind of religious cult. It's all that was going around, and nothing about powers or force. But they were all traitors. You've dug up
Alright.
some stuff, and you understand that their religion was the Force. But you just remember
Nothing
them being
on the Purge
traitors.
specifically.
Oh, you know about the Purge, but again, to you, from what you find, they are still classified as traitors.
So a
Most-
justified purge.
Yes.
in a way.
Okay, gotcha.
I I speak up again and I say, "Do you know the Republic back many years ago?" And it's weird because 23 years old. This happened a lot longer than that.
Yeah. I remember some. I remember they didn't do a very good job. Then the Empire came along and promised to do better. And for a long
Yeah.
time, I expected that.
And they promised to kill all of my kind.
Your kind.
In a purge of traitors like no other. And I say that and I just walk into the main area so I can put all these bags down and stuff with all the glow rods and
Okay,
stuff.
well, hang on a second.
Do you stop her before she goes in the door?
Yeah.
All right.
What was that little trick with Desric's comm?
I'm sure it was plain as day with my hand, out into nothingness, and there goes his comm.
So you're different then.
Rose nods and she says, we'll roll with that. I think that works better. Different.
All right, look, for what little it's worth, your secret's safe with me. I won't tell anyone.
That's a wise choice. The last time someone did that, they met the end of my vibro sword. It
I'm
wasn't
not
an
worried about you.
happy ending.
I'm not worried about you killing me, if that's what you mean. Just do me a favor. And keep your temper.
Rose chuckles a little bit. She says, we'll see. And then, yes, goes and chucks the bags down into like a corner, probably near the.
Well, she stopped you before you went into the doors. As you open the doors, you see Pith and someone you've never met. He is bandaging him up.
Right, yeah, I walk in. I say, gentlemen, how are we?
Yeah.
Pith.
Ellie will follow along behind.
Hi. Yeah, I'm just helping this gentleman here. Put your stuff wherever, I guess, for now. And the man just kind of looks over and is like, they staying with you? They're potential help. Don't worry about it. Just here, let me. And he goes back to rapping.
I start putting down the bags and I'm like looking through them to make sure that all the glow rods and stuff are there and no one nicked them on the way.
Yeah,
and
all the stuff is there.
I say, what's your name, mate? Not to Pith, but to the other guy.
Seth.
Construction?
Yeah, just pulling apart a piece of metal to replace it. Freaking wire behind that metal was loose. It came right off and slammed right into my shoulder. Hell of a jolt. You're lucky to even have this arm still. These are some bad burns. But, give it about a day. You should be good. You'll have feeling in your arm in about 5 hours.
Rose chuckles a little bit and says, you're a tough man.
Gotta be around here. Especially since I don't want to lose my job to these indentured servants. Honestly, I say just take the damn collars off and let them work, so long as they aren't criminals.
I see. Well then, I'll leave you to it.
Where's Illy going?
Yeah, she'll follow along with all the stuff that she's got and give a nod to Seth and get well soon.
Yeah, gotta do that. Thank you. I'll go in anywhere near the room where the droid's at.
Probably there because that's out. Is that out? That's out of the way of everything, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, we'll go over
Yeah,
there.
that's probably where we make our way, and that's where we dump our stuff. And,
All right, as you get up to it, Rose, you do remember seeing Ileana put a code in there, and you wait for her to get up there. As she goes up there and clicks it, the door opens before she puts the code in.
What the
I pull like the sword out.
And now Pith is kind of worried. What are you doing? And now Seth is like, I thought you said they were help, Doc.
Yeah, and I open the door, and what's there?
As you go in, everything's the way you left it. Droid's still there, all that.
Okay.
Rose like breathes a sigh of relief and holsters her sword again.
Is everything all right?
Yes. I just forgot to lock the door, I think.
You were the last.
I'll get this.
We were the last ones to leave it. No one's been in there since. The door was locked.
No, my mistake. I'll get this squared away.
Seth is like going back and forth, like, what's going on? Oh, that's their room. Well, their storage area. They're very protective of their stuff. It's kind of dangerous around here. I needed a bit of a muscle. Your arm, by the way, and he presses something. The guy just, oh, Doc, what are you doing? Just make sure the sedatives are working, and they're not. Here, let me get you some more. Or not the sedatives, but the painkillers. Anesthetic, that's it.
Doc's bedside manner, just top shelf.
I love it.
In this case, it was to get his attention off the girls.
Yep.
Oh, he's
Okay,
looking
so-
at something I don't want him to be. Here, let me stab him with something.
No, he didn't stab him. He kind of pushed a little hard with his thumb.
No, I understand. It's just it seems like Pith's go-to move. Cause someone pain.
Well,
Are we sure
It's
this guy's a
unethical
real
to harm
doctor?
a patient.
you just haven't
It's
figured.
unethical to harm a patient. You can inflict as much pain as you like.
It's more than that. It's Pith's personality and how he works. Right now, he kind of needs you guys, but there's a reason he does the whole stab first, treat later.
It's just
Oh
easier.
boy.
He's a quick reactor, and he'd rather fix a problem now and without having to worry about the person attempting to make it worse.
So about this time, Desert turns to Leo. You know, maybe we should get some help with clearing this rubble. So he's gonna switch his comm on. Hey, Ileana, Rose, you two make it back to the shop yet?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. Could you make your way back down to the tunnel? We found something down here.
Sure. Well, finish offloading our stuff and
Yeah, I shut off comms, and I go to Ileana. I'm like, I'm not lifting all that shit again down there.
well, I don't think we'll need everything. We can leave most of it here.
I like dump the rest of the bags out to make sure they're all good, and then I take one of the empty bags and I chuck in one of the glow rods.
Oh, you take out a glow rod, is what you said?
Yeah, I don't ignite it, but I take it out and I say, well, let's go.
Okay, it'll take one. I don't think we need the rope at the moment, so she'll leave that here. And she'll leave the tent. And I don't think we had
Do you
anything
want-
to repair, did we?
No.
Repair something? What?
Yeah, I don't think we had anything that we needed to repair.
No.
Nothing that
So-
you have.
Okay, so I'll leave the rations, the toolkit, the tent, the wrist comm link. I'll bring the rope and one of the glow rods.
All right. Well, I'll give you one of the bags and the glow rod.
All right. I take it you start making your way out.
Yeah. Then
yep.
we start heading down.
Illy does have one of the backpacks, so yeah, I guess it's just a glow rod that she'll haul with.
You take the time to lock the door this time?
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna test it.
It does not open until you put the code in.
Okay, then yep, that'll be good enough for now. We'll take what we've got and head on down toward Pith's quarters and the passageway.
As you get in, you notice the door is actually shut.
The door to his quarters. or
Well,
the
both
secret
doors,
entrance?
but you had the password to Pith's quarters. As you go in, you lock that. You turn to where the armoire is. The armoire is moved, obviously, but the passageway door shut.
Okay, now we'll try and open it again.
It opens.
All right, and we'll secure it behind us.
Yeah. And we walk on in.
I take it you use your new comm link to do so?
No, she's got the standard comm link at the moment. Then she'll be using that as well.
It does not link
Since
to
it's
the thing,
encrypted.
and there's only the only way you can open it is through the command console on the armoire.
You need a data pad
Okay.
link, so that's why my wristcom works. So you need a data pad to interface with it.
Okay, well in that case, yeah, she's gonna have to go back get the wrist comm link, and she'll use that.
All right, put it in your inventory, and that's all done. So as they take their time getting there, Leo, Desric.
So let's just be careful as we're moving this. Don't want to disturb any of the wildlife. And Desric points up to the bats that are overhead.
Absolutely.
And let's start clearing this thing out. So Desric takes the spade to the lower rubble, or uses his hands, and I guess Leo's torching things.
Yeah, what is Leo doing with the torch?
He's cutting the boulders down so they're easy to move.
So basically, you're cutting them in half and letting them
Yeah.
drop. As you do so, Desric moves some of the pieces. Both of you, real quick, roll discipline.
Discipline?
Discipline.
And you're fucked.
I got a blank.
What did Desric get?
1-1.
I believe it was a 2-2. Yeah, 2-2. So as you're moving the rubble and the light penetrates deeper into a cave, suddenly 3 womp rats jump straight out, screeching. One lands right on your shoulder and bounces off Desric. Another one kind of hits Leo, just scampers around a bit, and then hops off. But this was just sudden, so all you see is a screech, or hear a screech, and a ball of fur flying at you. And teeth.
Ah! Why? Rats! I hate rats! Why is it always rats?
Leo is going to use the fusion cutter to defend himself.
Oh, great. Now Desric is going to lose an arm.
Roll your brawl. No, not brawl, but a melee.
This is one green.
As Leo whips around and slices off at Desric's arm at the elbow.
1 success.
A 2.2.
Oh no, I am going to lose an arm.
Okay, so Leo, you suddenly in a panic lift the torch from the rocks to the womp rats. One of the womp rats hits you, you flail a bit more, and you smack Desric with the top of it. He doesn't get a face full of fusion, but it's now very bright, and he now has a burn on the top of his head because the top end is hot. Desric, you're momentarily blinded, and you take a wound. And now you also have a mark on the forehead, not just a slam mark, but a burn mark.
Son of a! Watch where you're swinging that damn thing.
I don't know what to say. They came out of nowhere.
And I'm the one with the rat phobia. Ow! Am I missing an eyebrow?
Well, as you're yelling this, it is suddenly the air is very thick with screeches and pounding.
I wouldn't worry about that right now. And
Yeah,
Leo
y'all are
gonna
still in a
try-
panic.
Yeah, Desric is just screaming because there's this giant boil, like burn mark on his face, and he's blind.
Oh, but you can
And-
definitely hear the flailing of bat wings all around you.
I would get down if I were you.
There's enough of a hole if y'all want to dive through into the tunnel, the dark tunnel.
I can't see.
Leo is going to take that opportunity.
Say what?
Leo is going to take that opportunity.
Well, instinctively you turn the blowtorch off. Roll a coordination.
Oh, I actually have points in this. 3 success, 1 advantage.
Ooh, I rolled a 3-1, so they cancel. So you dive forward. Unfortunately, you got so much going on. Your processors don't process correctly the height. You're now laying on top of the rubble, flailing.
He's gonna curse his makers for not building him to be more agile. And he's gonna try and clamber into the hole.
Desric, you can't see, but you hear the pounding and you feel some of it on the back of your neck at times.
Desric is just going to drop to the floor and cover his face. His beautiful face, which his droid just tried to burn off.
There was no try.
Do or do not.
In this case, do. I'm assuming Desric's also screaming right now.
Oh yeah, there's screaming and maybe a little crying.
Okay, as the girls are in the tunnel and you start coming through, you haven't quite reached the waterway, but you suddenly hear faint sounds of screaming. And a lot of screeching and pounding of wings.
It sounds like something's screaming in there, and it's probably Desric. Outside of that,
Oh, yes. Let's go. Safe
Figure out
bastard.
what's screaming, what's screeching. The screeching is probably Desric. Let's find out.
I take it y'all are now running there.
Yeah, we're taking a
Yeah.
jog there. Yeah.
Weapon is out.
As y'all get
Yeah,
out
my,
into the
my
waterway,
pistol is out.
as y'all get out into the waterway, there are a lot of bats, but they seem to be coming from the east, towards the dark end.
Oh, great. Okay. Well, take one glow rod out, hand it over to Rose, and grab the other one.
All right.
And
Yeah.
switch them on, and let's go.
Actually, according to this, it's more like a flashlight.
Yeah.
So the tunnel was actually pitch black, so you actually had to have them on as you were going through there.
Okay. Very good.
Okay. So y'all are starting to sprint down there. Desric, you still can't see, and you still hear the thumping. You don't feel it. Well, you don't feel anything on you, but you can still feel the sudden air pressure of those wings. What is Leo doing, by the way? He's made it in the cave.
Oh, I'm past the rubble then.
Yes, you're in the dark tunnel.
Okay, he's gonna try and.
By the
keep
way,
track-
the fusion lantern is outside the tunnel.
Yeah. Hold on. He's gonna turn on the fusion current and try and use that as a light.
All right. It's much fainter than the fusion lamp, but it provides a decent glow.
It'll be enough.
It'll be enough to
Okay.
see things around you within a couple feet.
Okay. Well, can I see anything in here now?
It looks to be a similar tunnel to the one that you entered the caves on, but you can't see too far into it.
Oh, okay. Interesting. He's gonna try and.
You do still see Desric on the ground in a bottle, pretty much in a ball, pretty much crying.
He's gonna try and clear some of the rubble to make it easy to get in and out.
And you start cutting some more rubble and pushing it away. Some of it does roll in Desric's direction. It doesn't hit hard, but it rolls down and nudges him.
Desric is gonna like try and like crawl away, but can I see yet?
Nope. Which direction are you crawling? Away from the rubble, or away from this?
Just away from whatever's hitting me. I guess I think the rubble's collapsing on me, and I'm trying to get away from it.
You begin to continue going away. Leo, you notice he's very dangerously close to the edge and still going towards it.
Desric's gonna hear a halt. Don't go any further.
Desric, you're still in a panic. You're gonna make a discipline check.
Oh, good. This is the part where I fall off a cliff.
Roll a new character.
It's only a 20-foot drop.
Oh, good.
Finally.
2 advantage, no success.
God. Maybe you should flip a destiny point.
I'll
So
allow
we'll
his
wait after the
reroll.
roll.
I'll allow a reroll with the destiny point if he wants to.
Does that give me an upgrade or just a reroll? Because the destiny point upgrades the roll.
Let's say you use it for the reroll, but you only get it once.
Yeah, well, if the alternative is falling headlong off a 20-foot precipice, perhaps I...
Yeah, I think you need all the help you can get.
Yeah, because that one will roll a red die if you fall. If it lands a despair,
Critical. Roll.
Oh, please, for the love of God, be nice to the... Please, dice, be nice. Fuck
Hey,
yeah.
to success.
Okay,
Good
that was worth the
job.
reroll.
so a 1.1. So you got your success,
You know, it's a strain. It's
but you
fine.
got your disadvantage. You halt, but some of you is now leaning over the ledge. You're going to need assistance to get up, but so long as you don't move, you're not going to fall.
Leo, like I'm kind of like feeling that at least one of my arms is just over open air.
Well, it's a little bit more than your arms. It's kind of like your right side. Like your leg and your arm are over the edge, and you're just kind of teetering.
Uh, uh, help!
Shrek, I'm looking down.
Oh, God.
One moment. I need to clear this rubble. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to get to you.
I don't think I have a minute.
It's starting to get quieter in there, but you're now hearing footsteps, loud, rushing. And the girls, you're starting to hear voices talking, but you're not 100% sure what they're saying, but you do recognize Desric's voice.
Okay. So, yeah. Ilia's going to call out, Desric, where are you?
Desric, are you doing that over comms or just yelling?
Just yelling at this point. She's got the flashlight in one hand. Hasn't really done much with the comms.
Well,
Great, now I got to do a perception roll.
As you basically scream, Desric, you swear you hear your name, but suddenly the bats are now much louder and flapping even harder. The rest drowns out.
Oh no, what did I
Oops.
miss?
Good job.
Illy basically startled the rest of the bats. Great.
Oh, good job.
Oh yeah,
If-
they're
if
definitely
you-
flapping around the two of you guys now.
If I didn't, you did, so.
Yeah. one
So
of us
Desiree
was gonna-
thought he heard something, but now there's more angry bats. Leo, they're making a lot of noise here. This is not as easy as it looks. Please get some help now.
You've cut away a decent chunk, but if you go over it, it will take an athletics check. You could step over it, but yeah.
Yeah, the athletics check isn't happening. Leo is continuing to destroy his rubble. Just stay down.
Yeah, down's not a good word. I'm pretty sure I'm about to fall.
You start to slide a little bit, just an inch.
Oh, great. Can I try to roll myself away from the ledge?
That would be a coordination with a challenge die.
Oh, shoot.
to quote Leo, that is a bad idea.
I only have 3 green die. I'm pretty sure that's a bad thing.
Leo
Okay, so
is going to try and talk Desirec in which direction he needs to go.
Yeah, he can pretty
Well,
much
I
feel
think-
what direction he needs to go to not fall,
pretty
but beyond that, he has no idea.
I'm pretty sure it's not a matter of which way I need to move. It's the fact that any effort to do anything other than holding still will either cause me to fall or save myself, and it will be extremely challenging to cause myself not to fall.
Yeah. Leo can't help then.
Well, the girls are going to keep running towards where they think everybody is, and hopefully we can find them.
Okay, so Desert is now.
By the way, Leo, you are beginning to see lights coming from the direction that you came from. Faint glows.
It looks like we may have company of the
Oh,
possibly friendly kind.
Rose immediately draws her blaster, and
Oh, great.
it's
You
kinda
guys do
confused
see a
that
glow
situation.
in the background. The girls.
So Desert's like, I assume I can't because my comms is on my wrist. I like can't call,
It's on your right wrist.
which is hanging over the cliff.
Yep.
Great. Well, you have a comms unit, don't you? I yell back to Leo.
Yes, but I was attempting to focus on getting this rubble clear. One moment. Miss Ileana, where are you?
He probably doesn't have the new.
Stop
comm-
being so
wrist
damn
comm.
polite and just help me. Desert
Did
is
you
yelling
sell
this
your old one?
loudly.
No, she didn't sell the old one. She still got it.
Well, it
So,
comes through that
yeah.
comm link.
All right, so yeah, she'll grab that. Yes, I'm here. What's going on?
Desric is yelling at the droid as he's talking to Ileana. Stop being so damn polite and help me.
It would seem that Desric is in a precarious situation. He is
Okay.
dangling over the edge.
All
I cannot get to him currently.
right, tell him to hold still. We're almost there, I think. Set you up ahead.
I cannot see you, so I would assume yes.
We can see a glow of some kind over there.
Desric, she says to hold still.
Yeah, what the bloody hell do you think I've been doing?
Nudge.
I wish I had freaking first rank strength.
Nudge? Nudge what?
You start to you get. No, it's not nudge like you get nudged over, but it's more like you start sliding just a little bit again, and hear excitement. Not far.
Great.
As for Rose, while you may not be able to lift something, you could definitely hold something.
Hilly is gonna just, as they're running, she's just gonna be like, "All right, Rose, you might have to do your thing."
Yeah, that's not happening.
Short
I've
range.
never, you know, practiced with someone that size. I
Do
like run
something.
up and I just run towards like Desric as quick as I can.
Yeah. I'll try and get to him, but
And then
if
help
I
him up.
can't, you need to do your thing.
This is either going to be one of the greatest moments this group has ever have, or Desric's going to die horribly.
Okay.
Have a little faith, baby.
In Rose. Ooh.
I want to just run up
Gotta
to
happen
Desric and
sometime.
pull him up.
All right, so you're running full speed. It takes you about 5 minutes from your position to get to him. Unfortunately,
shit.
with
All right.
the bats...
Shit, at 5 minutes, I'm going to fall.
Yes. She gets up to you right as you start dropping. She's not going to make it in
So,
time.
yeah.
I just...
Ellie's
You're forcing my hand. You're forcing my hand.
Damn right he is. Save my ass.
You're not going to reach him in time, but he's within range.
He is, but I can't lift him.
But you might be able to stop him from falling long enough for Ileana to reach him.
All right, yeah, he slips. At that moment, my hand reaches out, and I try my freaking goddamn hardest to try and
Take a roll.
get this stupid oath off.
God, even if it's dark side, just do
Take
it.
a roll.
Wow, that was actually like not a proper roll, but
Yeah, I
that
saw
was-
it. It just flipped
Yeah.
once and spun.
Sure.
Stop
Sorry to
using
re-roll that.
R. Just stop using R and just toss it.
I prefer.
We
art,
wanna-
it just makes it-
Can
Okay.
you use force die can you use like destiny points with your force rolls? What's the rules for that?
A little different.
I don't know,
She
but
can
let's see how it
only
goes.
use light side. If a dark side pops up, she can use it,
Yes.
but
light
she
side.
takes
Light side.
drain and she has to flip a destiny token.
Yeah, if it's dark side.
Wouldn't
That's if
also
she
get
wants
contact?
to actually use it.
But I rolled light side.
Honestly, at this point, I would have even allowed a dark side. Desert, you flat out fall. You're falling. Rose, you throw out a hand. Your mind lurches forward. You grab him, but he's just too heavy. Desric, you feel something start trying to tug at you, trying to grip at you. It's the weirdest sensation you've ever felt. Rose, you take a sigh, hold out both hands, and just drown everything out. The only thing you see is this energy that's falling. And you just dive with your mind. And you completely enwrap him. Desert, you stop falling.
Huh.
You are floating in the air. You are about 5 feet from the ground.
Can I see now?
No. You just
is
know that
weird.
you're floating and there's no air coming through you. The squeaking, the bats seem to be slowly calming down and taking roost up into the their nil nest. A few of them seem to be floating comfortably around Rose. Intrigued. Rose, what are you doing right now? Are you going to let him drop, or are you going to bring him back up? Well,
know how
either
high.
way, it's gently. Just tell me.
Do I know how high he is, or
Oh, you can tell he's 5 feet from the ground.
I'm still drowning out everything. There's nothing that my mind is on. Only that Desric being encased, and just slowly, I try as hard as I can to lift him up.
He begins to
And then
rise.
bring him slowly to the ground. Oh, where we are.
He begins to rise. Ileana, you're staring over and watching this. Your light is directly on him. You're seeing Desric just stop in midair and is coming up. Nothing's holding him. And you watch him as he comes straight up, albeit slowly. He comes up above your ledge, is moved back onto solid ground, close to the wall so it doesn't roll off again, and is slowly let go. And he's on the ground again. Desric, you feel ground below you, but it's a gentle landing, as if you were just lightly lowered.
Leo?
And at
What
this
did
point,
you do?
At this point, Rose lets him go and breathes heavily and just kind of she collapses to the ground, but she's on her back, just wide awake that she's done this.
Actually, for that, what is your strain threshold?
My strain is 13. That's the threshold, but I currently have no strain.
All right, you take 13 strain.
She
Okay,
gets knocked
I'm
unconscious?
Okay.
Yes, but she gets to do something real quick before she drops if she wanted to.
All right, what's the thing?
What do you want? Kind of laugh.
Okay, I lift him. I lift him up and I land him. I place him gently on the ground. I say, I can't swear because it's Star Wars, but
Oh, go right ahead. I don't
Oh,
give a shit.
I've been swearing this whole time. Go for it.
I know, but she puts you down, and then just breathes heavily and looks at you, and she says, "Tesric, you're an idiot. Fuck you." And then she just collapses onto the ground.
Really will try
would
and
be
catch her.
Say what?
Criff would be the Star Wars equivalent of that word.
Yeah, but
We need a list of these things from you, Leo. Or Jonas.
Honestly, I'm not too worried about it.
Neither am
Bomb's an
I. I've just
F-bomb,
been.
whatever.
I've literally been telling Desric, screw the Star Wars equivalent. Just use normal.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm now just collapsed on my back.
Liliana, you saw all this, and now you see Rose passed out.
Desric is like still can't see and is like just feeling his hand
Actually,
in
Leo,
front of.
you did see some of this as well, particularly when Desric was rising above the side and was gently laid down.
No, Leo was too busy fiddling about with the rubble.
Oh, I figured he would have.
Because as far as he's concerned, he was trapped.
Ah,
So Desric is like now he heard Rose speak, but he thought Leo was helping him. He didn't realize they were there yet. So he's like now blindly feeling in front of him. Wait, Rose? Rose, is that you?
Desric,
Rose
Tiliana,
says,
don't move.
yeah, they would be both behind you at this point.
what's with the animals that are happening around?
You're passed out.
But like, no, for everyone else, it's like what happening with the bird things and
They go back up to their roost. It's now particularly quiet compared to
Clear.
it was. Just light screeching, like they're chattering with each other.
All right. So yeah, Eliana would look over at Desric and just look. It's complicated. Explanations can come later. For now, she saved your ass. You're welcome.
Thanks. I still can't see. The damn droid smacked me in the face with the fusion cutter.
So he's like right near where we are, correct?
He's right in front of you.
Okay, she's gonna shine the glow rod in his face.
He doesn't
Just like-
see it.
By the
Like-
way, there's a hideous burn across my gorgeous face.
Okay, so he's actually blind right now.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Good God. Leo, are you still functional?
Yes, though I have a lot of rubble in front of me.
Okay. Look, I've got an unconscious Rose, and apparently Desric is blind.
By the way, at this point, Leo, you were now able to get out. It's still not 100% cleared, but you can get out.
And he's going to do it.
You see Leo emerge from an area of rubble, from a place you've not seen the last time you were here.
Okay. She'll give them away from where they are, and she's gonna move in closer, check up on Desric. With her basic, as far as medical goes, she's not gonna be able to do much. Basically checking to see if he's bleeding or anything like that.
He's burned pretty badly and just kind of quietly sobbing, yet breathing a little easier that now that he's not falling. Like he's obviously in a lot of a pain.
I'm going to try that as well. Given Leo has finally managed to get out.
4 success, 1 advantage.
Okay, never mind.
Wait, who did what now?
Liliana was doing a basic medicine check just to kind of see how he's doing. I don't think she can do much without a medical kit, but
4 success, 1 advantage?
Yeah.
I'll just do a passive check. So, you lean up, you see his face. The fusion cutter didn't hit directly in his face, but you suspect that as the light came close to him, it was just really bright. Unless he receives medical treatment, he'll never see 100% like he was, but he should be getting his sight back within a couple hours.
okay.
As for the scar across his face, he's going to need back to permanently remove that.
Okay. Great. All right, this field trip's over. We're going to get you back to the clinic.
Yeah, okay.
we've also got Rose here. She's unconscious, and I cannot carry both of you.
I can walk. I just can't see.
Yeah, that's part of the problem. As far as I'm concerned, you're both getting carried back somehow.
Give him the spade that he took. He can tap along the wall.
You know, I think I've had enough helpful suggestions from the droid today.
Take it easy. Leo, are you clear?
I'm out.
Can you assist Desric, and I'll carry Rose?
I believe he doesn't want my assistance.
Just turn that damn cutter off.
It's off.
Desric, do you want his assistance?
Well, I'm not finding my way around here myself, so fine.
Yes, a simple yes would do. All right. Leo, if you don't mind, help Desric. I'll carry Rose.
Very well.
The GM killed our little bonding moment. Desric and Leo were getting along, and then fusing torch to the face killed that pretty quick.
Blame the dice.
Yeah, that's not his fault.
Oh no, I'm still blaming the GM just because I can.
I'm thinking the blindness is going to be a little bit more permanent now.
Time to get cybernetics, I guess.
Overkill, this is the part where you just, zip, zzz.
I'm just having fun.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Illy throws Rose over her back. Well, not tosses, kind of picks her up on the front end, throws her arms over her shoulder, and carries her on her back as best she can. Leo, you're not going to be able to carry Desric. So instead, you walk in front of Desric, and you tell him to put one of his arms on your shoulder, and the other one go along the wall. And y'all go back. Takes you a while. It takes you a good while. But
All right. And along the way, we'll let the doc know what's up.
Okay. Well, anyways, the light at the edge of the tunnel is starting to get dark. And it's starting to get harder to see in here, as if that could happen. But yeah, it starts getting a little bit darker.
Ah, lovely. Nighttime.
And y'all page Pith?
Yes.
This is Pith. Are you guys okay?
Yes and no. And no. And yes.
What?
Look. Rose is unconscious. We're carrying her back. Desric is blind and a bit scarred across the face. He's all right, but I think we could use a professional's advice.
It's not scarred
there
yet. It's a
shortly.
burn right now. So it's like a boil or a welt. It's like a really bad, it's like a 2nd or 3rd degree burn.
Okay. All right. Yeah, he's got facial burns. He's blind, at least temporarily. I don't know much about that, so we'll be there in a few minutes.
All right, I'll get in some areas set up. Does Rose need any medical assistance, or is she just...
I don't honestly know. I think she's just tired. I didn't see her take any injuries. I'll take a closer look when we get there. Could use some better lighting anyway.
Okay, I'll set up 2 rooms for them.
Thank you, Beth.
All right, as you make your way, it takes about an hour.
Okay.
Compared to
so-
Desric's previous sessions, he's doing surprisingly less whining.
No, but he had
I
a
think
full-on
that's a
crying
lot
fit.
more whining.
Yeah, there may be some sobbing, but there's less verbal complaining. like he's just kind of thinking to himself. He's in pain, but he's trying to keep it internalized a little bit more.
That is true.
All right, y'all make it back. Y'all close the door. Well, actually, y'all leave the door open because you kind of can't close the door.
Yeah. We'll come back to that. For right now, getting them into the beds is more important.
Pith is actually waiting for y'all in his room. As soon as y'all come out, he leads you down to a couple of areas. One is where Ileana was set up. He tells you to sit Desric in there, and the other one was the room that Ileana passed on her way to the main area. He says set Rose in there.
Okay. Ileana will take Rose to the second room and set her up on the bed.
You lay her down. The room looks like it's more of a, not necessarily an ICU or a surgery room, but more of where you would set a patient after all this. Definitely's got some stuff to check up on him and do any light stuff, but nothing heavy. And the bed is neatly made.
Okay. Well, best as she can figure, she's gonna hook up what little monitoring equipment she actually does understand, and otherwise check up on Rose and see how she's doing. Basic assessment.
Her vitals are stable, though slow.
Okay. For now, she's gonna monitor her and trust Pith to look after Desric.
Either way, the door's still open.
Once Desric is placed in Piv's care, Leo is going to go back to the tunnel.
Alrighty.
Oh boy.
So you place Desric down. Pith is examining him like crazy right now. Muttering to himself. Seems to take very little notice of you. He's very buried in his work. Desric, you're pretty much there. Pith actually asks you, is like, would you like some sedatives to sleep? You could definitely use the rest.
Am I going to be able to see again, Doc?
He kind of moves around your eyes. He's put some cream on the front face, so the pain's died down a bit. You do feel minor stings as he places his hands near your eyes, but it's nothing compared to what you were feeling earlier. As he looks at him, he says, I do have some stuff that can help, and a little Bacta definitely doesn't hurt. So, yes, you should be able to see. How much I won't know until afterwards, but you shouldn't. If you do lose any sight, it's not going to be a heavy loss.
Then yeah, this hurts like hell. Put me to sleep.
You feel a slight pinch in your neck. And you start getting drowsy.
As Desric starts to go under his tell Rose thanks, and he falls asleep.
Nah, fuck you, man.
Alright, Leo, what are you doing?
He's heading back into the
It's
tunnel.
not my fault.
Oh, before he does that, he's going to tell Ileana that he's going to maintain an open comms with her. And he's going to go into the tunnel.
Does
Continue
Illy say
what he
anything
was
to him?
doing.
All right. Very well. Honestly, we shouldn't be going alone.
True, but I am a droid.
Meaning what?
Meaning my chances of survival are far more than the average human.
Okay, granted. But that doesn't make going alone any more wise.
I am just going to collect the moss. I don't intend to startle any of the bats.
All right.
What were you going to
Are your
collect?
receptors capable of seeing in low light?
I have the fusion lantern down there.
Sorry, what was that?
I have the fusion lantern down there.
Now, that does seem to startle them more often than not. I'm just wondering if maybe... If you can give me your specs for your receptors as they currently stand, I'll see if I can work on something a little special for you.
Very well. I'll give you the specification for my receptors.
All right, we'll start there. And yeah, so when there's time, she's going to see if she can either activate the equipment for, basically night vision or low light or what have you. And if his receptors don't have that capability, she'll see if there's a way to change that after everything's all settled here.
Not that low of light. It does seem to have some bit of receptors to refract light for maintenance purposes if you're in a darker area of the ship, but as dark as it is in that tunnel, there's no way he sees any better than you.
Gotcha. But we might be able to rig something where he could have the lamp turned down so that it doesn't startle things, and maybe he can see a little bit better.
You can wire some low light vision goggles. From goggles to that, yes.
Okay. So yeah, once things are squared away here with Desert and Rose, then she'll start looking into that.
All right.
How did he survive the fall?
I honestly don't understand it. When I figure out a way to explain it, I will certainly do so.
I see. Very well.
So yeah, she'll begrudgingly let the droid go alone back into the cave. And yeah, at the moment, keep an eye on Rose.
Just chatting. Okay. So. Coughing. So Leo makes his way back down to the area. You actually brought the lantern with you because all you had to do was just have Desert put his hand on your shoulder. You didn't have to carry anything. You did leave the torch though. So you go back down. You make your way there. You pick up the torch. You can get through the area, but there is still some rubble in the way. Do you want to clear it or just go through it?
Oh no, I don't want to go down that tunnel.
Oh, what do you want to do?
Collecting the moss from the cave,
The-
from the waterway.
You're doing what now? One more time?
I'm going to collect the moss because what I want to do is to turn it into kindling for the fire.
When we originally went down there, Desric and Leo were going to collect cave moss and like make peat or a fuel to start the fire, the distraction fire with.
Okay, how much moss do you want to collect?
Enough to fill that bin that I got.
All right, you begin to fill the bin. This takes you a couple hours, though.
Fair enough.
You're used to repairing stuff, but you're used to be able to grip things. This moss is hard to grip for your hands.
Oh, I'm using the spade. That
The spade.
That's right.
It takes you a fair bit to learn how to get that spade working the way your body is meant to work, but you do get it to work, just not heavily efficiently. But you do get the moss.
Okay. And then I'm gonna move that been to the tunnel into.
Well, here's the thing. All the moss is mostly on the bottom of the waterway. The only way down is where the speeder was. But you have no way to get the unless you brought the rope with you. You have no way to get the cart up.
Oh, okay. I'll leave it down by the ladder then. We can lift that up later
Okay.
once it's full. Yeah.
All right. What you doing now?
After he sort of passes that tunnel, like he's just gonna walk straight back to the clinic. But as he does so, he spots the tunnel, and he sort of stands for a moment, looking back at the clinic, then at the tunnel, back at the clinic again.
Your torch is over there by the tunnel too.
Going to regret this.
Or the plasma color, I should say.
Yeah, and he picks up the plasma, the fusion cutter, and he starts heading down the tunnel that they uncovered.
All right. How far do you want to go? Because right now it's just straight. There's no detour.
He's gonna keep going.
It does twist a bit, but there's no detour. Right now, your sensors are a little bit confused on what direction you're facing. In the meantime, Lance, you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
So the doc comes back into your room after being done with Desric. He sees you over there. Are you alright, Miss Ilyana?
Yes, I'm okay. Just I
You
wasn't
look a bit
expecting for-
worn.
I'm worried, I guess.
He looks back over the rows. How did this happen to her? Did something do something to her? He walks over to her and begins inspecting her, the equipment.
You mind closing the door?
The entire facility is closed.
Please close the door.
He looks at you for a second and walks to the door and closes it. And turns the lock, just in case.
It's her secret to keep, so I'm not going to tell you everything. But she's different, and that difference saved his life. However it is that this whole thing works, it pushed her past the point of exhaustion. And I have no idea what the consequences of that are.
He's very confused. Well, I'm not getting depressed, but I have no idea what you're talking about. Walks back over to her.
Honestly, neither do I. As far as I'm concerned, if she hit her head, that's enough. We can play it off as that. All right?
I won't pry.
Thank you.
He begins to hook a few more equipment up, grabs some another piece of equipment, and wraps it around her wrist and draws a little bit of blood, and begins checking her out.
From the comms that Ilyana has, I will most definitely pry. What exactly do you mean by diff?
As you
by
say
different?
that, Pith literally jumps. You were in the room. The needle he had that he had just drawn blood flies across the room and shatters.
Oh, Jesus.
Not towards you, more like just as he's examining it, just flink. Ah!
So what, he hacked into the comm?
No, he
No,
kept it active.
It was an
Yeah,
open
like-
comm, yeah.
Okay. I thought that was something that I end up doing or not.
No, Leah physically told you that he's maintaining an open comm.
Ah, fuck. Well, yeah, usually that's like one way.
The droid telling you ahead of time, I'm going to be eavesdropping.
Yeah, that was
Sorry,
a thing, unfortunately.
from my point of view, open comm, like the context that I understand open comms, it's a one-way signal. But,
Oh yeah, you
Damn
got a
it.
point. I see that. No, I see that. It depends. It's like, how do you want the open comms to be like?
Trying to determine, they're going straight to Leo into his head, not an actual comm link like normal. So for him, open comms would be, he receives everything that comes in on the other end, but he can actively turn on and off his push to talk, so to speak.
Alright.
But at the same time, I would say it would be more Ileana's. Does she want to accept that? She accept the fact that he's going to be talking to her, but whether or not she accepted the fact that he's going to hear everything she says, regardless of whether she pushes a button, is up to her.
I don't think she would leave the comm on like that. To hear what he says, yes, but
I mean, the other way we could play this is Leo did encrypt, like he messed with everyone's comms. He could have like an overwrite pass that he can hear. We don't necessarily know it, but he can hear everything that's said anytime we speak into the comms. Like, if you wanted to play it that way.
Yeah.
There's also the fact that Illy's mind could have just been off and she just hit accept knowing that it was from Leo, didn't realize entirely what it was.
Yeah, that could be a thing. So, yeah.
I mean, unlike Overkill's headcanon of this, where Leo has messed with the comms and he's basically monitoring all communication.
I do like that. That to me is just one of those.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
a Leo thing if he wants to do it, since he
That
did
would be a
encrypt it.
Leo thing.
It seems very in character for
never-
Leo.
And we never would have asked. So, yeah, just. So, okay, yeah, that comes over the comm and she just closes her eyes and shakes her head and just, God damn it.
That droid is going to give me a heart attack someday.
Leo,
I am here.
open comm does not mean keeping your audio receptors staring at people while they're having a private conversation. Sorry, staring, listening.
In your worldview, yes.
Every move you make,
Oh, God.
every step you take.
Okay, stop right there. Because
Wow.
Leo's watching you. Parody. We're all good on copyright license.
But I will keep it in mind for the future.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like the head rotation thing.
We're going to have this private conversation now, so kindly stop listening.
You are no fun. Communication stop.
Okay, well, that just got quite a bit more awkward.
Pith is now redrawing her blood. Who's talking now?
Well, I'm unconscious, so I'm going to go with not me.
So is Rose, but
Yeah.
now there's Leo if he wants to take over, or Ileana if she still wants to
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah, Ileana's just kind of watching him work, and like she's. I think we've established that while she has some medical experience, seeing a professional work is a much better option for her.
Yeah.
So yeah,
One thing
she's
you do notice
studying
about
what's going on.
One thing you do notice about Pith is when he works, he's his focus is almost entirely on what he's doing. He drowns out a lot of things. While this gives him a lot of clarity and precision on his work, it means anything that's able to break that causes a hell of a startling effect.
Gotcha. Well, then she is going to watch quietly, but
He does seem to keep looking at you just in case you start talking, like he expects now to be interrupted. But he draws the blood, sticks it in the machine, it does its thing to test. He checks up a few more on the monitoring, and then her itself. Ding! On the blood sample thing, he doesn't check it out. He turns, looks at you, and says, "Everything looks to be just fine. It's like she's just overly fatigued. Honestly, she just needs some sleep."
all right. Well, as long as she's stable. How's Desric?
1 second. Well, Desert will be fine. I can get rid of a majority of this scar, if not all of it. Depends on how well the back is and how deep the tissue burn was. I don't really have a back to tank, so it's not going to be all the best. His eyesight will return. I have some stuff in him to help his eyes regenerate a bit, but whether or not he gets 100% of his sight back, I don't know. If he does get it back with the loss won't be heavy. About 1 to 4% loss.
Well, that's certainly better than leaving him down there.
How did he take a fusion cutter to the face?
I'm not entirely sure. I mean, he and Leo went down there first. Maybe something happened. Maybe some of the equipment got too close to his face. There were certainly plenty of startled bats down there. But honestly, I didn't get a chance to ask the details.
Well, something to ask when he wakes up, I guess.
Indeed. Is there any way to know how long that's going to be?
Well, I gave him a mild sedative to help him sleep. As soon as that wears off and he wakes up, obviously it depends on how tired he is. It is getting late in the day. Would you like me to make you a place to sleep?
No, that's all right. I'll set something up here. It's fine.
Yeah, you are starting to get a bit tired. You've been up for quite some time, mostly on adrenaline.
Seems to be the cocktail of the days lately. So, yeah, she's gonna set up a small cot or something.
He brings you some blankets and pillows.
Perfect, that works. All right, so yeah, she'll set up a spot to sleep and try to do so.
You pass out as soon as you get the pillow. Remember,
Okay.
you guys have been awake since before the last day, probably since 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. the day prior, and it's now nighttime, the next day.
Yeah, that's a long, long day.
Yeah, close to 20 hours, if not more. Anyways, Leo, you go continue through the winding tunnel. 1 second. Alright. You continue through the tunnel and it's winding. You come up to a chamber. It is not a waterway. It is like an underground room, but kind of odd shaped. Like something you'd expect in a cave, but it's definitely made out of building materials. So you're not quite sure what's with it, but there are multiple pathways now. Some even look like they've come in from the ceiling.
Oh, this is an absolute mess. Uh, he is going to leave uh, the lantern, the flashlight, um,
The glow rod.
the glow rod. Yeah, he's going to leave that pointing in the direction that he came from. So sort of lighting up the way back. And he's going to have a poke around the room itself.
A lot of the material looks like it's been thrown together, if not crushed and mashed. So you're assuming this was a little bit more tidy until it got crushed. Though there are a few more hallways that are open. There's a total of 4 that you can actually physically reach. Some are coming from the ceiling.
This could go on for an awful long time.
Yep.
And I have no way of mapping that.
There's a door straight ahead, 2 to your left, and 1 to your right.
That door?
Well, the hallways.
Oh, okay. Piff is gonna get a comm signal.
Hello?
This is Leo. How much do you know about the waterway system?
Not much. It used to be kind of like the city's aqueduct. Send around fresh water here and there.
I am currently standing in a room with multiple exits. Some sort of chamber.
I know of no such room.
There are
No one has been
pathways.
down in any waterway or things like that in a long time. The only ones who would know were the previous owners.
And I'm assuming this is their trade routes.
Most likely. There could be different paths outside of the city or to specific shops. Or even
That is
locations
my-
within the city.
That is my thinking, but I have no idea of how to navigate. It looks like I may have to return here at some point.
How many
So you have-
different directions is there?
He's going to count them, and he's going to describe each of them from the tunnel that he entered through.
Okay, so you tell him there's 5 ways in. The one that you came, or 5 ways in and out. From the one that you came in, the 4 others that are reachable. Some of them do look collapsed and not safe, or just can't get into, period. And then there's a total of 7 coming from the ceiling.
Yep.
As I said, the only ones who would know were the previous occupants. But I could do some looking up. What does the room itself look like? Cubicle? Spherical?
It looks like a cave. It looks sort of crushed, as in like a can that has been put underneath a press.
That most likely is a original hallway then. Most likely when this fell it got crushed and all that. The fact that it's even there means they must have cleared out quite a bit. Without knowing the exact dimensions, I can't find it on a map. Probably.
May I make a suggestion?
Here you're passed out.
Sorry, like above board suggestion based on Leo's character in the past.
Uh-huh.
Leo has made mathematical checks of buildings with known exterior dimensions to compare them to interior dimensions. Assuming that he's able to make measurements with his photoreceptors, can he do a mathematics check to try and figure out the dimensions of the room he's in, crushed and uncrushed?
It is too badly damaged. He'd
I
have to
imagine, not to mention, it would probably be pretty dark.
No. Yeah, it's definitely dark, but he'd also have to have an idea of what the dimensions were prior to even get a guesstimate.
What you can try and do is find a access panel, if there is one.
There is none. There is nothing in that room except those doors and a lot of rubble.
I'm going to have to return. There is no electronics here for me to slice into.
Yep.
If I go any further, I'm likely to get lost.
Yeah, it would be best to go through there with a party of some kind.
Alright. I will be back immediately.
Alright. You went
Of
quite a
course.
ways. It takes you 2 hours to get back.
And I count the steps he took on the way back and how long it took.
I'm not even going to put that to a number, so just put that in your notes.
Well, I imagine like he's got a standard sort of
A
distance of
pedometer or
path.
something like that.
Yeah. So he probably has like an exact measurement of how long that
So
tunnel
yeah,
is.
you take measurements in your head of how far you went, the path, direction you took, and you're starting to get an internal map for the path you just took.
Because what he could do is, given his information, he could probably try and splice that onto an actual map and sort of account for wear and tear and figure out the map as it stands now.
Yep.
So he's going to do that
All right.
after some rest, I imagine.
Takes you 2 hours to get to the back to Pith's office.
Yep,
And 15-minute warning.
And he is going to go and find some place to shut down.
All right. You shut down. I take it that's it for right now?
Yep.
All right. 8 hours pass. Desric, you're starting to stir. Ilyana's starting to stir. Rose, you're still out for right now, but your strain's gone away. All right.
Lovely.
And everyone's strain's gone away, really. But and you heal one wound if you have any. Leo, you're back awake.
And he's immediately going to try and find a tunnel to access to try and compare the map.
You find terminals all over the place. Unfortunately, they're all medical and specifically for this building.
And he's going to find Piff.
You find Pith kind of walking around, just woken up.
Do you have a terminal that I can access that has outward networking?
Outward? The HoloNet?
Well, that would be preferable, but a local net would be just as well.
Nothing like that. There should be one just across the street, though. It's a little, diner.
Do they serve droids?
Serve? No, but they're allowed to go in.
Good enough for me. When everybody else awakes, inform them that I will be there.
Understood.
And off he goes.
All right. What about Desric and Illy?
Desric is kind of waking up, opening his eyes, and
It is very bright. Your eyes hurt, but you can see.
it's bright. I can. It's bright. I can see. Oh, okay. Whew. And he holds up his hand. How many fingers? Five fingers. Okay.
Well, you
we're-
have a very difficult time seeing that because, like I said, it's still very bright. You're squinty. Everything's blurry. But you can tell you're holding your hand up. That's about it.
Oh, I guess vision's not all it used to be.
Instead of a big dark blur, see a big light blur.
And what's Illy doing?
Ellie's waking up and sort of getting her wits about her, checks on Rose, and then remembers she was supposed to do some work for Leo in terms of enhancing his receptors.
Well, here's
so-
what you find out about Rose. Her vitals are now back to normal, but she's still asleep. She seems just fine.
All right. She'll rest a hand on her shoulder and then grab a pad and start checking on the specifications that Leo sent.
All right. Desert, you do anything besides staring at your hand right now?
Now he's put his hand down, and I'm kind of like looking across the room, trying to see if I can make anything out in the room.
As you turn your head, the light was above you, so it's not as strong of a glare. Shapes are starting to appear easier to see. But it still hurts to use your eyes right now. You hear the door open.
Hello? And I want to try and look over to where the door was.
You see a shape. Can't entirely make it out. It looks humanoid. You see two legs, two arms, a body, but the head's odd. Good morning, Desric.
Oh, Tith, that's you. You look fuzzy.
The fact that your eyes are working right now is a good thing. He goes back to you. Actually, he dims the lights pretty low. It does not hurt anywhere near as much.
That's
still
better.
sensitive. It does look like you're outside on a very bright day.
Wow, can somebody turn down the sun? But thanks. It's better than it was.
Pith walks over to you. Cups his hand over your eye a little bit and starts opening it slightly. You see this glass appear as over your eye, and his eyes just seem really, really big. And then he closes that eye and does the same to the other eye. Well, so far it looks good. It's going to take a little bit for you to get used to light for a while, no more than a few hours. 1 second. It feels like something got lodged in my throat. I really can't tell how much damage is done to your eyes, if any, until your eyes get better. So, I'm going to set the light. I want you to stay in here. I'm going to set the light on a timer. It's going to rise every so often. Just get your eyes back used to it again. So, just stay in here. He goes back to the door, starts doing a program.
Okay, sure. Where's everybody else?
Leo went across the street to the diner. He's going to look for a terminal. Miss Ileana and Rose, I believe, are still in their room sleeping.
Oh, okay. Um, yeah, I guess I'll just stay here for now.
You hear the door open and then close.
Okay, well, I guess it beats being blind. Just alone here with my thoughts.
Oh yeah, you have a good time to think.
And he is thinking, and he's thinking about what Leo said, what Rose said right before she passed out, and just everything that's going on.
You also remember that Leo said he had a reply from your uncle and told you around the gist of it, but you haven't actually seen the letter.
Yeah, so that's probably what's foremost on his mind is being told to leave the girls and abandon the Skylark. And he's just kind of trying to process all this, and yeah, not happy with what he's being told to do.
All right. So you're sitting there alone with your thoughts. Back to Leo. Leo, you make it across to the diner. As soon as you walk in, a guy across the what is that thing? The little server area. Just kind of glances up at you. Says, "Can I help you?"
Piff said you had access to the HoloNet.
Yes, over there. And he points to a few terminals.
May I?
Be my guest.
I shan't be long.
All right,
And
you
he goes over.
make your way to it. You sit down. What you looking for?
I'm looking for archive layouts of the sunken tower.
All right. So you look for the sunken tower. The general overmap pops up, giving you locations and all that. These are more common locations. You can quickly tell it doesn't give you the full loadout for some of the places, as it's more like stating that these places are designated unsafe, primarily because integrity or whatnot, so it doesn't bother listing them. Or it doesn't bother showing you what's back there. It just has a marker that says unsafe.
He's going to try and access those areas.
You access them and you go through into what is that? Let's just call it the Architecture Guild for this area of Terrace. Passcode required.
This isn't going to stop me. I'm going to hack him.
Alright, throw your dice.
Two success, two advantage.
A 1-2. Alright, so you get right in. And it opens the map. Again, it's still the overmap, the outside of the city, and it states in there a lot of the dangers, construction zones, loose wires, unstable areas, and it has a lot of the plans on what they need to do to fix it.
He's going to try and download any and all information regarding the tunnels in the aqueduct.
As you access the tunnels in the aqueduct, the only thing you get is a map of Terrace originally in this particular area. So it shows what was where before the bombing?
That'll be good enough for Leo, what Leo needs.
All right, you download it.
And then he is going to look into the past month in regards to galaxy shenanigans.
Galactic shenanigans?
Yeah, because he realizes that he has a month missing.
Okay. You don't remember Alderaan being blown up, do you?
Nope, that didn't happen.
Okay.
When he
What was the last major event that happened?
the last a major event that happened was probably around Empire Day,
Oh,
and that was it.
the Empire was formed?
It's basically Star Wars Christmas for the Empire. Or Independence Day, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like that was the last thing that he really remembers was
Okay.
before his quote unquote incident was the
So you do read the Rebel Alliance is growing stronger since then. There was that attack on Scarus? What was that planet from?
nobody would know about
Scarif.
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 No one would know about it?
Scarif was a black site, so nobody would know about it.
Okay. Well, it does list that there was an attack on an Imperial installation. Half thwarted, basically. Though you know not what. Then the Empire has captured an important member of the Rebel Alliance. The Alderaan system was labeled a separatist system and then subsequently destroyed the whole planet. Not long after that...
it wasn't secretly destroyed. It was extremely publicly destroyed.
No, I didn't say it was secretly destroyed.
Oh, sorry. What did you say?
Subsequently.
Yeah, subsequently.
Ah, sorry. I misheard.
All right, so not long after that, the Imperial superweapon was taken out by the Rebel Alliance. Now the Rebel Alliance is growing much stronger, and the Imperials are throwing more out about the dangers of terrorism and, you know, the shenanigans report. All terrorists, blah, 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 Imperial rules. Those are a lot of the main highlights.
He's probably going to have to take some time to consider all what he's just read about. So he's going to download that into his files. And the last thing that he's going to look up, Rieta the Hutt.
So you type in Rieta the Hutt, and she comes up the first part, and it states that she's whatever you family thing you said she was. The family isn't a major thing, but she's classified as an important Imperial citizen. She brings justice in the Hutt territories by capturing criminals and returning them to the Empire as indentured servants to serve their punishments, to rebuild society. Helps with security around in the area by, you know, sending guards and whatnot, protecting trade lanes. You do see a few other things, particularly one about Jabba the Hutt. Opening a new type of trade lane with a few of the Hutts in the Empire. Nothing super important, but the fact that it's with the Empire catches your attention. Then there's another one. A shady deal on Nar Shaddaa with slave collars. But the information there is rather limited. You don't know who's getting them or where they're going.
Nashida, huh? Do I have a location of her base of operations?
Yes, but I'm gonna have to look at the map.
Okay, as long as I know that I have the base of her operations, that's fine by me.
Her base of operations is just on a single planet. However, the reach of her operations expands more than just hut space. It goes a decent ways, but again, this is classifying as her legitimate imperial citizenship kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. And once he's got that information, he's going to turn off the computer and step away from it.
All right, you step away.
He's gonna look over at the owner and nod and say, "Thank you for the use of your terminal. I will see about getting you compensation from my owner."
I'll just send them by for them to have a meal or two, and they'll be fine with that.
I'm sure they will be hungry by now. And with that, he's going to head back in to the clinic.
All right, you're back in the clinic. No one seems to be there. Pith is going to and fro. Seems to be setting up the place.
May I recommend we wrap it up here? We're over our 4-hour mark.
Yeah, about 5 minutes. So I'm just making sure no one else has anything left to do.
No.
Yeah, I'm sad to wrap it up because I want to keep going, but I know we can't. Yeah, at least working on the specs for Leo's new receptors. So that's probably gonna have her attention for a little bit.
We actually just lost Tough.
Yeah, he said he was gonna depart from the table for about 5-10 minutes.
Are we?
Yeah, sorry,
sure
we're wrapping up. So yeah.
Okay.
Are we sure that Overkill doesn't need the receptors?
You probably will eventually.
Yeah, because I haven't fully disclosed about how much of his sight's back.
Yeah, it's like in the process of coming back. So at any point, that's all the more you get. Have fun.
All right. So, with that, this is the end of the day's session. No battles, unfortunately, for Rose.
How
Rose had a pretty
unfortunate.
epic moment, though.
Yes, she did have one fuck
Yes.
of an epic moment, so she can't complain. Either way, this is an every Wednesday stream. It could change, primarily because I'm getting a new position at my job. I'm still in the running, and they're taking their time on doing it all. There's a lot of people applying for the same thing, so yada yada yada. Hopefully by next week, my voice will be back to normal. But thanks everyone so much for joining. Definitely leave a comment below if you have any suggestions, questions, or anything of the like. Definitely helps me out, and I get to chat with everybody. But till then, I will see everyone next time.